Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones, and I hope everybody is enjoying their day. Well, today I'm going to do a video based off of an experience I had, and also going to talk about the Elon Musk, just an overview of him buying Twitter. I'm going to get into a little bit of Shaquille O'Neal and why he believes that his girls can stay home even when they're grown as long as they want. And of course, he's going to pay for their college, but he doesn't trust his own boys. And then I'm going to get into should kids be able to live at home as long as they want? Those are answers that must be answered. And got a new brother in the room. Shout out to Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. He's been coming on to my content lately. And brother, come here every Wednesday. We will chop it up. You don't get any beef here. We just get intelligent talk here. And good evening, Celine. She's always been a good supporter of this channel. Uh, I don't ask for too many cash apps, but one thing that I will ask for, I want everybody to get the likes up. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel because this is one channel where we can have conversation, whether we agree or disagree. Conversation is good. We have a number of individuals who are socially awkward due to the fact that they are using social media on a daily venue. There's too many people using social media. And thank you, Men's Daily talks about my old school videos. And believe it or not, some of my old school videos, I'm talking about the ones that are 4 and 5 years old, I am still getting comments. And when I do get a comment, and shout out to Tommy Jean, she's sending them out for me. And Celine, me and Tommy Jean are doing fantastic here in the great state of Indiana. And I hope you're doing well as well. Again, for everybody who is new to the channel, welcome to the 401 Talk Zone radio show. Now, I also have a second channel. If you're interested in some education, most of my education comes from a construction background. The name of my second channel is the QCIS channel. I haven't done live streams on that channel yet, but when I do, I'm going to go about using Zoom. I like Zoom. Now, on the QCIS channel, I'm actually out in the field, and some people have seen the construction videos that I've done where I'm showing you how concrete is poured, asphalt is laid, pipe is laid. Very interesting information. And I'm going to continue to do more of that. In fact, I got my GoPro camera working now. So I'm going to go and start testing that as well because I want to continue to build my channel. I'm not on YouTube every day, but when I get up here on this platform, I want to make sure I am producing a good product. With all that being said, let's get to it. And also, before I go, I do have a poll question, and it's for everybody. And you're very welcome, brother. Men's Daily Advice. I will get that channel up as well. Now, I just want to move on to this topic. And it was an experience that I had last Saturday or last Friday here in Lafayette, Indiana, at a Walmart. Now, being African American, I'm just going to say this, and Brother Men's Daily said it very well too. Do African Americans, particularly the women, and this is not a black woman beat up session here, okay? But I will say this: I can name quite a bit of experiences when I got on the phone with an African American woman and the attitude was unprofessional, especially when I have a question to ask. Well, no, me and Tommy Jean went in a Walmart the other day. We were checking out food. Young girl. She wasn't dark skinned, so complexion has nothing to do with it. So on our way out, um, Tommy Jean asked some questions. Guess she basically diffused the situation because me, you got an attitude, I'm going to chump at the bit by calling you out. Well, she diffused the situation, but the person still didn't want to be there. And I've had similar experiences, particularly when I was down there for the Manosphere meetup. I went into, I believe it was College Park, Georgia, at a Bojangles and asked for some chicken. Got on out, my order was totally wrong. And the individuals acted as if they didn't care. And I've run through that quite a few times with black women who are in customer service. Now, again, this is nothing to throw at black women. However, some of you who are in customer service positions should not be there because you don't know how to deal with people. Now, in general, when it comes to women, and again, I'm not going to talk about women all day, but I'm going to share my experiences on this video because in the workplace, and I have worked with African American women in the workplace, and a lot of them love to gossip. Not saying that white women don't gossip either. The workplace is a horrible place when it comes to having women there, period, from my humble opinion, because they do nothing but get in the way. They have their cliques. They love to show off about how great they are. And this is just my experience. Everybody else has had different experiences. And I just see the immaturity from individuals who should be professional. But customer service is very important to me because I say this, you have a number of black women who are talking about themselves being entrepreneurs. Well, my question to a number of you all is how can you all be entrepreneurs when you have bad customer service skills? When you can't say hello, when you can't say, may I help you? When you can't say everything is all right? When you don't give a damn about your patrons who are paying your salary? The bottom line with a number of individuals, period, is they lack empathy for people. Now, I always believe that having good customer service will increase, and this is not about business either, but it will increase your reputation. Because, see, one thing that I grade on when I go out to any place, whether it is a restaurant, whether it's a retail store, is I grade on customer service. Are you willing to wait on me? Are you willing to help me? I know I was out in the field today and a couple of elderly women asked me and I was in Frankfort, Indiana on my job. Well, they asked me how to get to Lafayette, Indiana, so they can go to their doctor's appointment. And I let them in a proper voice while I was out there working. I told them. And I didn't have any problem telling them. And I'm bringing all this to the forefront because in today's world, people lack manners. Manners are something that you should learn at home. Now, again, I'm not saying the bad customer service happens just in the African American community, but most of the places I go, particularly in the Indianapolis area, a lot of African American women work there, whether it's Walmart. And the worst service I got here in Indiana was at Church's Chicken on Lafayette Road. If you're from the Indianapolis area, you know where Lafayette Road is just before you hit 38th Street off of I-65. Okay. Went into Church's and individuals acted like they didn't want to wait on us. And there was another African American woman who came in and her order was wrong. Now, that African American woman who was a customer was also wrong for lashing out at the individuals behind the counter. That's not appropriate behavior either. Now, yes, when it comes to business, the customer is always right based on the fact that they're spending their money. But when it comes to actual empathy or manners, no, the customer is not always right, but you should always treat patrons with some type of decorum if you want them to come back. Now, the same thing I would say would apply here to YouTube. Okay, have an audience. And if my audience is being berated by strange people in my comment section, I'm not going to have people in my comment section that are going to be rowdy. They're going to be kicked out automatically, and I won't have that on my panel. But now, I set a poll question. Anybody can answer. And if you're not African American, I'll just say it like this. Have you run into bad customer service? Well, what I'm going to say is I've already gotten 4 votes okay already. So this is okay right now. Do African Americans give bad customer service? Well, out of 4 votes, and it's just beginning, 3 out of 4 said yes, 1 said no. And in the comment sections, I want to know your experiences. And shout out to You Ain't Wrong and Lawrence Rotano. Welcome to the chat. And I say this because when I go out and spend my hard-earned money, I want to make sure that I am treated right. Now, of course, we all have bad days. I mean, I go to work out there every day. I work in construction. Now, I'm not actually building the building, but I'm inspecting the building. And let me tell you something. I don't see too many people going out there inspecting hot asphalt when it's 325 degrees and you got drivers going up and down the road who don't want to stop either. Now, again, when it comes to customer service, I believe that you should give good customer service because when it comes to any business, I don't care if it's a construction business, a restaurant business, you have to learn how to deal with people. And one thing that has basically gotten individuals away from dealing with people is the fact that they're on social media too much. Now, I believe you got to give YouTube a break. And thank goodness I have been giving it a break by watching a little bit of Amazing Race. In fact, I didn't even know about that show until Tommy Jean told me about it. I got into it. It is a very competitive race, but I enjoy watching that show because there are a lot of tactics that you have to go through in order to win that race. In fact, you may think you are in first place. You may win one leg, you may win two legs, but it doesn't mean you're going to win the whole race because there's a lot of strategy. Well, again, when it comes to customer service, going through the cashier's line, and I will say this uh, to a number of you sisters out there: when you're working customer service, you're giving yourselves a bad name. And the reason why you're giving yourselves a bad name is because you have a number of individuals who don't like your behavior anyway, regardless of if you're working in customer service or not. Also, not just retail, phone service. You don't want to answer questions. And me, I ask questions, especially if I'm spending my money. I mean, I had somebody nasty talk to me and they were trying to collect money from me. They tried to bully me. You don't get on the phone and bully me when we have business going on. Shout out to Latin A. Shout out. And this, yes, Eli Musk is not wrong. We'll get into that in a minute. Shout out to Latin America. But one thing I'm going to say is we have to bone up on how we treat customers if you're in a business of customer service. Shout out to you, Anna. Welcome to the show. My 19-year-old brother is currently in a cubicle phase of his boot camp right now. Hopefully, he'll be graduating soon. Let me know what branch he is in. I remember going through boot camp about 33 years ago. I was glad I got out, went to my command, survived for 4 years in the United States Navy, and did another 13 in the reserves of the United States Navy. And that's also serving your country. See, and that brings me to another question or another situation here. Service. You know, we have people that don't understand service. I know the late John F. Kennedy said, it's not what your country can do for you, it's what you can do for your country. Well, if you're in service and you're servicing people, you're making a sacrifice. The public is looking at us very closely. And I know Tommy Jean, she's really more of a staunch reviewer than I am when it comes to delivery, when it comes to eating at some of these restaurants. She will point it out. Now, me, I'm just going to get in your kitchen, go nose to nose with you. She's a little bit more reserved than I am because I'm spending my money. And I realize I shouldn't even get emotional about that. I should be a little bit more reserved as well. But, you know, in the end, when it comes to customer service, and I want some truth in the chat here. Do you believe that some African Americans have bad customer service skills? Put a 1 if yes, and put a 2 if no. And also you can vote. Because, you know, this is a topic that nobody is covering. And I hope maybe Teapot is the second one to cover it, because I see bad customer service when I go in to try to support a black business. I know in Indianapolis, you can go to King's Ribs. Now, customer service is not just how you speak to me, it's also the speed of your service. There are a number of individuals, and of course in the black area, they're really slow about their service. And fast food should be coming out with quality at a decent time. Shouldn't be arguing with anybody. But this is what happens when you go in so many black areas of some of these cities and you order food. Individuals get their feathers ruffled. Now, again, of course, you got some rowdy customers. I understand that. However, customer service is what's going to bring people back to your business. If you don't have customer service skills, don't even go into business. In fact, if you can't even take criticism, don't even come up here on YouTube. There are going to be people that are going to tell you how to run your channel. There are going to be trolls here. They're going to ruffle your feathers. Don't get your feathers ruffled. That's what they want you to do, is get a reaction. I've had a number of individuals that told me I wasn't shit. Okay, I can live with that. It doesn't hurt me because many of them don't have YouTube channels at all. Well, I tell you what, Lawrence, you might not know now. You go into a black area wherever you live. And the next time you come up on my panel, you tell me how much of an experience you had going to a black area, getting customer service done by black people compared to what you get in the suburbs. And I guarantee you, you're going to share the same experience I share. And I'm sure Latine, she can tell you the same thing. I live in a city of about 100,000 people, Lafayette, Indiana. And I've had it out here. And I'm the one that was always complaining to Tommy Jean about how bad the customer service is, especially when I go into a place like Popeyes. And we just had a Popeyes that opened up here. And you know what? I'm just wondering how that customer service is, because there were people out the door. And I know people love chicken. Chicken brings the best or the worst out of many of us. And I remember when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out, and it was in a black area where black folk got to fighting over a chicken sandwich. A chicken sandwich. And see, another thing about customer service when it comes to these restaurants, if you go when they're about to close, this is when your food is going to be messed up. They will fuck up your food in a heartbeat because they don't care. They don't care because they don't have to deal with the situation until somebody gets sick. Now, again, I am African American, and I brought African American to the mix. You ain't wrong, says a person was killed over the sandwich line. Where was this at? Let me know what city that was in. Because I know in the city of Indianapolis, there was a fight about a few years ago where somebody got one chicken nugget less than 20, and they went through the window trying to fight the cashier and the manager in Indianapolis. Latine says, I've seen management change at certain businesses and their customer service goes down when the manager doesn't have high expectation, but it might be a corporate deal. That is true. Here's one of them. Brother Men's Daily knows about it. Popeye's chicken. And you know what, Men's Daily? We just had one that opened up here. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't hit that one yet. But there's going to be some gerrymandering going on in there because people are going to be fighting to get some chicken. They're going to be cussing the employees in there. If they're black, I guarantee you they're going to do some crazy stuff to that chicken. I'm telling you. Hey, Alice, how are you doing? It depends on how they carry themselves. You know what, Alice? That is true. But you got a number of individuals out here. And has anybody ever had some bad experiences in Walmart? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Alice, that is very correct. Found black men a lot better than some black women overall in customer service. Absolutely. And again, I'm not trying to beat down a black woman. This is not a beat down black woman show, but it is the truth because I experienced it myself because I see a number of individuals who are African American women who don't want to be there. Many of them don't want to work. And it's not just the, believe it or not, it's not just the individuals who are millennials. It's a number of individuals who are black women. And this is, again, this is not a show about beating them down, but it's your customer service that I have to call out because I shop at places that I see you there and I deal with you in the cash line when you want to, when you are working, but you don't want to be there. Yep, chicken nuggets. Yeah, it was chicken nuggets. Latine says, I don't go to Walmart very often, but it seems like they hire the worst. Well, I'm going to, well, I'm going to break that down for you. See, that's what affirmative action does. Hey, good evening, Jenny. Welcome to the chat. But see, affirmative action says that we have to hire people so we don't get in trouble for discrimination. Men's Encouragement Channel said, I've had bad banking experiences and big banks have been going viral about bad customer service and discrimination. Well, you know, that's a fact too. And the worst, when it comes to banks, some of the worst customer service I've actually had has been with Capital One when I had Capital One. And they're not properly training their employees. Yes, you can go out and handle food every day or you can sell clothes every day, but if you cannot deal with people, you can't deal with people, that's bad. Like I said, you ain't wrong says, wow. And I am from Maryland, you ain't wrong. Kevin Tyrell Davis, 28 years old, was stabbed outside the restaurant in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Me and Tommy Jean are familiar with Oxon Hill, Maryland, around 7 p.m. This might have been that video she had up. She sent me. The Prince George's County Police Department said Davis was pronounced dead at the hospital. Wow. Hey, Alice, welcome to the channel.
What's up?
Hey,
Customer service. I just be glad when they could speak English 411.
well, that yeah, you know that too, but I know.
Especially on the phone, man. Have you ever tried to like use customer service on the phone?
Yeah, and
And
I
you're
have.
like,
Okay, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I'm going off on those foreigners on the phone too because I couldn't understand them because I said, let me get somebody that speaks English. But see, when I deal with people in person, like going to Walmart and I'm spending my money, and I end up in the line and there's some African American woman working. Again, I'm not taking a shot at African American women, but they have the worst attitude because they don't want to be there. But yet, you wanted to be equal. You had to get out there and go to work, get a husband so you don't have to work. That's what I say. But if you
well,
don't have
well,
one, go ahead.
well, the ones that I found, like the older black women that work at Walmart, they're doing it for retirement. Those are some of the sweetest ladies I've met, like the older
Right.
ones.
Yeah, I see the ones who are in the, the 60 and 70 year old.
Yeah, it's like that kind of woman is like not today. These young bucks, what I've realized is they have entitlement issues. Like they have this attitude about them because I've worked with some of them, especially when I worked for Bojangles. I
Oh,
had
you
a
know about
job.
Bojangles, huh?
Oh, I was making the chicken there. See,
Oh,
I had the sexy chicken. It was so sexy it made your mouth glisten.
okay.
And beautiful biscuits, those Bowberry biscuits. And I could sell some chicken, man. But it's like the younger generation, something is wrong with them. They think that we're just supposed to throw them money. I think the giving them too much just to start off is not a good incentive because I had to start off at the bottom and then work myself up to make more money. And here we are just giving these kids what they're asking for $15 an hour for minimum wage, and
Well, yeah.
they're not doing $15 worth of work an hour.
Hey, Alice, they don't want to do any work. And Anna says that's why I wonder if it's a generational thing because my group in particular is just rude, bratty, and not personable. Well, I'm going to say this, and you'll probably agree with me. What about social media? Because I've actually, when I worked downtown Indianapolis, even at the government building, when I needed to get some help, and of course I had to go in the labor buildings, well, all those places, and I would definitely tell Tommy Jean, I said, look at this sister out here on the phone. They're out on the phone. They don't want to help anybody, but they want a job.
Well, it's not just the black young ones. It's the white ones. Like the one that was working with me, she was on the register. Man,
Yeah.
you should have seen the way she acted up when the boss cut the Wi-Fi. Like
Oh,
she showed her ass. She almost burnt the kitchen down just because she couldn't get the Wi-Fi. Now, this is a youngin' about 19, 20 years old. She wanted to leave work one day because she seen something on Instagram about something about her ex or something, and then she wanted to go investigate. I said, honey, you gonna have to learn real quick to put that phone down. You got a job to do. He ain't paying you to do your social media. He's paying you to run that register. Now, I ain't trying to be mean to you, but welcome to the real world, honey. If you're going to work, you got to work and not work at your social media. You do that on your break or when you're not here. And he ain't required to give you Wi-Fi. It doesn't say anything in the application that he's going to give you Wi-Fi for free.
well, you bring up another point because now I worked at many hotels and I worked the front desk, and most of the African Americans don't work the front desk; they're back there working in the housekeeping. And the
Yeah.
people that would definitely call off the most, they would be young white kids. I mean, I remember making $9 an hour back in 2008 working at Holiday Inn. I would get off. Next thing you know, I'm being called back in because such and such called off. And I was always working my ass off. Didn't get any appreciation for it. But with the white kids, I know when I've been in the office, they're a lot more cliquish in there too. I don't know if you've ever worked in the office, but they do. They
Well, I worked as a housekeeper for a while. Um, like they do get their little cliques formed, and they try to treat you some kind of way. Like I was working with this chick. She's a Creek Indian, like from South Carolina. That's a tribe,
right,
and they would treat her a certain way because what she looked like. And they try to call her like an Indian from India. I'm like, no, she's a Native American. Like they would be rude to her, and I don't know why they would do that. And they would never want to do their job. They would send us to do extra rooms or do their job. You know how they're supposed to go check the rooms and everything, before we go clean. They didn't even want to do that. They'd give us the clipboard and tell us to do it. I'm like, that's not our job. You're supposed to make sure that everybody checks out, and then we go in there and do our job. And
right,
I was working at the Hilton. It was like one of those kind of upper class hotels. It wasn't one of the motels, it was a hotel
right.
because
Full
like they
service.
had room service and stuff like that.
Right.
But
Now,
people are quite disgusting when you do housekeeping. You find out how nasty people is.
well, yeah, I worked housekeeping, and that's true. Now, Computer Robot says, and this is just his opinion, I don't think Black Americans give bad customer service. Well, brother, uh, you're one of my audience members. I don't know what city you live in. I tell you what, go to the big city, go to Bojangles, because speaking of Bojangles, Alice, me, me and Tommy Jean, when we went to the Manosphere meetup, stopped at a Bojangles down there south of Atlanta. And guess what? The
Oh
order wasn't
God.
even right.
Oh, you went in the hood.
I forgot. I think we went to College Park, Georgia. That's what it
Oh
was.
yeah, that's the hood, man. The crackheads is out there real bad.
Well,
You
we
ain't
saw.
ever seen that movie, Crackheads Gone Wild?
I
That's
never
like,
seen that.
oh man, it's a throwback. Like
Well, we got
you had
bad
to look it
customer
up
service.
because it's like the rappers went in the Atlanta area and showed how bad the crack epidemic had became in the 2000s, and doing interviews with people, and it was very diverse on who was crackheads. And yeah, that's a bad area, man. I don't know why they would take you there. They
No,
said
they
like,
didn't take us. We actually drove there after we got off the 75 and 85. And good evening, antisocial socialite. Welcome to the jet. Well, we wanted some chicken, and okay, I didn't know anywhere down there except for some Bojangles because I hadn't seen Bojangles since I lived in Reading, Pennsylvania. But I got bad customer service. I mean, my order was wrong, and and I was fussing and cussing, and I was real pissed off, and I was driving Tommy Jean out of her mind, cussing and fussing because I spent all that money. Computer Robot says I work in a fast food restaurant, and when I'm at work, I put my food down because I focus on the needs of my managers, co-workers, and customers in order for the business to be successful. Well, you got some sense. That's what you're there for. You're there. You're getting paid for your time at work, and you're getting paid to serve your customers. That's what you're there for. You should be doing that. But what I'm talking about,
and paying attention. You get paid to pay attention.
and I've actually
Because if you don't
seen,
pay attention, you ain't gonna get the order right.
right, and what I've actually seen, I've seen some shenanigans, and I'll get into that later on about, and if I can pull up some videos about some individuals picking up some
Uh,
stuff off the floor, yeah, I'll get into that later on. But
What
nothing about
I have a question. What did they mess up on your order? Like, I mean, it ain't but chicken and biscuits. How hard?
they didn't look. We asked for a four. No, I asked for basically two 4 pieces of chicken, okay, and some
Okay,
fried biscuit. What they ended up giving, I think me two, and I think her three, and it wasn't right. It wasn't right, and she didn't
they
want
tried to tip you.
she didn't go. She didn't want me to go back because she didn't want me to give them some hell, and that's crazy. Has anybody been watching Johnny Depp? No, I haven't seen that. I don't care about these celebrities. No, I let them go where they need to go. I don't watch their movies anyway. I watch Amazing Race, and that's it. And USFL football, that's it.
Was it? Was it through the drive-through when you
It
got
was
the
through,
chicken?
you know what? That's another. Yeah, it was through the drive-through. Yeah, it was through the drive-through. I do not like going through the drive-through. Now, the only place where I've actually gotten some 100% customer service um, was at Chick-fil-A. The
Oh
best,
yeah, they fire boy, and they got the best sauce.
and they got the
I'm
best chicken nuggets. Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, it's real chicken. No,
That's real.
I tell my dad when he goes to the drive-thru, you got to check the boxes. It might take a little second, but it's best to know you got what you pay for. So,
Well, that's why I'm doing this because there's a lot of it out here. You ain't wrong. Says it's probably piss poor training as well. Well, we already know it is, or people just don't
incompetent.
care. And Jenny, shout out to her. I give great customer service. My work got an award off of a disabled charity purely for the way I treated a disabled customer who turned out to be a secret shopper. I got a gold award. And you know what? You got to watch those restaurants because you will get some secret shoppers and they will report your establishment. Mm-hmm.
I had something like that. It wasn't no secret shoppers, but like the old folks when I worked at Bojangles, because you have those regulars that come in to get the coffee, and I would make sure that they get their seat and take their food to them. They gave me $100 tip one day at Bojangles.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you did because I look. I'm not saying I won't ever eat at Bojangles, and we got Popeyes here. It just opened up here in the Lafayette, Indiana area. I want to go, but I got the reading. Popeyes is like it draws flies. It's a lot of. When I mean draws flies, it draws a lot of people. With just open and novelty is on, and until it wears off, I don't want to be stuck 300 cars behind
For
the
a chicken
drive.
sandwich.
Yeah, you've had some people that got in a fight over a chicken sandwich when that came out. And
Right.
yeah, hey, my chicken was good, Anna, but I didn't get my order correct for what I paid for. And Brother Men's Daily says there's horrible. Yeah, you know what? That's true too. I've run into that now where I did have a decent black woman working at an apartment complex. Uh, Her name was Edna, and that's when I lived in the Swanson Circle apartment, Swanson Court apartments in Northwest Indiana. Oh, that was, but again, it was an older lady. But these younger ones, yes, you're right, Alice. They got some issues, and they're gonna have to straighten that up really quickly, or
Not keep no job. See, that's the problem. I think management needs to really look at it. Shouldn't be about quantity, it should be quite quality. And customers complaining about their attitude, I think that needs to be well known to these companies, because you can't keep customers if the customers ain't happy. You know, like I try to tell that to that young girl, and she just snapped because of, she didn't want to be corrected. She didn't want no guidance. She was just fresh working. It was her first job, and it's like they got this idea in their head. These young ones that got it all figured out because they got YouTube and social media.
well,
I know everything. Oh, I got Google. She says you can Google anything. I said, well, Google how to keep a job.
well, go everything on Google is not right either. But Celine also works as a cashier. When somebody needs her help, she would give them help. In fact, somebody did, and she would ask if they needed assistance to their car. That's what you're supposed to do. And Jenny V says, I'm a supervisor at a supermarket. And welcome, Mr. O. Mr. O, you work in a hotel. You need to come up here and explain customer service to me because you see it every day. You're in Chicago, about 3 hours from me. The link is in the chat, but I'm just really, when it comes to this customer service, I'm on it because you have a number of individuals out there that say I got businesses, and I'm like, well, how are you going to have a business? Well, most of the people don't have business, and I'm talking about some of the ABW saying, well, I'm an entrepreneur. You're probably working as a one party show, which is okay, but guess what? You still got to deal with people if you want to make money. You still got to deal
Yeah.
with people.
Like I was doing the register. I like the kitchen better, man. It's like I got my own little area now. I just do what I do. I found that the nicer you are to the customers and you got their food on time and it's hot and ready, the better tips you get. Um, so yeah, customer service is important. If you don't have good customer service, they ain't gonna come back. I mean, they want me to work every day of the week. I can't work 7 days a week. He's crazy. I got other stuff I gotta do.
Well, that's
But
because people, yeah, people don't show up. And look at Mr. O. I work with 3 German Shepherds.
oh
Wow.
goodness.
Oh God. Mr. O, the link is in there. Come on up. You ain't wrong. Do they actually change the bed sheets every day? That's you. Well, I worked in housekeeping, and when I worked in housekeeping, I changed bed sheets every day. And there was some nasty stuff I saw.
Oh yeah, you don't want to put no black light in the hotels. But when I worked there, we had a 3 sheet system. I don't know if you had that, but we had the 3 sheet system where you had to put the cover and then the sheet and then the other sheet and then the blanket, and they washed them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to do laundry and everything.
And
Did you do laundry?
Yeah, I had to do laundry, and I was also a night auditor, and I had to be when nobody was there. I worked 11 p.m. to 7, so I'd do everything, bring a crib up. Yeah, there were times I didn't feel like doing it. There were times customers drove me crazy, but you know what? I was there to give the guests their satisfaction, even if some of the guests were bad. Computer Robot says the problem is that the restaurant that I work at is very understaffed, and we have the busiest restaurant, so you get so many deliveries and customers in front. Well, that's a staffing issue. That's correct, and that's from what me and Alice just said. You get some people that want to work. You teach them some good customer service, and you'll be okay. And yeah, the drive-through does have a lot of customers. They do come in, and uh, I am not a fan of the drive-through, but Chick-fil-A, I will go through their drive-through. They got the best. And
Yeah, they
salute.
got people actually out there that take your order. I mean, the one I have in my town, it's like they've got people out there standing by the menus. They're like really, well, how are you doing? Did they get your order properly? And then you go up into another lane, and then they ask you if you want extra sauce, and they don't charge you. But yeah, I got to drop down because like I got a phone call. I
All
got me
right.
a little. I got
Hey,
me a
well,
booth thing now. 411.
hey, let me know when you. Well, let me know when you're streaming out there too. And
Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about inflation next, like how to combat it, um, and be save money. You know, coupon mama thing.
let me know when you're gonna stream, and I'll support that too.
Well, all right. Appreciate for letting me come up.
Hey, thanks for coming up, Alice.
All right, bye.
All right, Mister O, what's going on, brother?
What up? What
Long
up?
time.
What up?
I know you got something to share with me. We're dealing with customer service, and are you the perfect one? You work in security. Explain it, and or you and I will black. Now, let me
All
let
right.
me
How come I'm gonna break this down to you? First,
break it down.
I worked in fast food security and different clubs, hotels, and everything. And I had to say, by far, they don't have the worst customer service. They have the worst management skills.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine being under one of them as your superior. Even now, for me right now in the hotel, not one, not two, not three.
Oh man, you're fucked.
That's front desk. But one particular is a manager.
Oh God, you want to cut your head
Bro.
off for that?
Huh? Oh,
You,
you know
you
I'm bald.
mother's gonna blow your brains out, man. With oh man, I had that happen. But now there was a Walmart, and you know this, and
Don't say 8:30 and Vincennes.
I was. How did you
Me and
know?
Minister
Right off,
Jap,
right off the
look,
Bishop, right off the Bishop Ford Freeway, I-94. That's the one. I'm because I'm coming from Indiana. I mean, there was already a bad when they just opened one up off. If you've been to Indiana, right off of I-80 and I-94 in Hammond. If you go south down 41,
Super Center,
yeah,
right? The
yeah,
Super Center, right? Yeah.
yep.
The worst one to be on, the worst one to go to. And me and Mr. Jap had said this before. 83rd, right near Vincennes.
I
You
know
know
it.
where
Yeah.
Simeon High School at? Yeah. Look, the worst one in whole entire city, bro. All the chicks in there got felonies. They dip off in a car, drink Casamigos, and hit the little weed pen. Yep.
Wow.
Look, they
Wow.
still be trying to scam. They still be trying to scam at the little check cashing station at Walmart. Still.
Uh-huh. Wow. Shout out to boy Guy King. He's talking about Elon Musk about the free speech. We'll get into that as well. Jenny V says, I think customer service people have had a hard time during the last 2 years. They've been one on the front line telling people we don't make the rules. It's our job to enforce it. Well, that, see here, what I'm talking about, and me and Mr. O have experienced it because Mr. O, I live here in Lafayette, Indiana.
Midwest, baby. You might as well say you're in Chicago. That's number like
I'm in the Midwest. I'm 2.5 hours from Chicago. Okay, and
how
no
far you
matter
from the GI? How far you from Gary?
damn man, that's a cold question. About an hour and a half, hour 30 minutes.
So you're still in Chicago. You're only an hour away from Chicago.
I'm just in the Eastern time zone. But the matter of fact, I want to get into this, and I'm not trying to come down hard on black people, but some of their Walmarts, let's just be honest, are they not dirty? Yeah.
Look, this is what I get mad at. I've been working since I was 15 years old. My first job was at McDonald's on 83rd and Ashland.
Oh my God, what do you want 83rd for? I know what that is too.
Hey, I used to live around there. I used to live over there 411. That was the only McDonald's to go to.
Woo!
Anyway, so worked since I was 15 years old. I have a good long work history, 20 years, right? Why
Right.
try to go and fill out for one of these little applications and everything for one of these other companies, whatnot? They'd be like, we already have too many people hired and all that good stuff. I'll be seeing like in security, I'd be seeing 5'2", 110-pound women working security, and I can't get hired.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they want them to do actual security duties, like actually lift heavy things, protect property. You think majorities, especially the black women, want to do that?
Let me ask you something. Can they do it?
I hate to say it, some of them, they
Yeah.
can. They big enough and strong enough. Literally, there's some strong independent women out there. Literally.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah,
But I gotta go ahead back to work real quick. It was nice chatting with you, 401. I had to come up here and say what's up to you real quick.
hey man, welcome back, man. Long time no here, brother.
Yep. Hey, I'm in media school now, so I'm actually trying to learn to get into the commercial game. I'm trying to make commercials and everything for people.
Oh, hey, you let me know. Let me know,
All right.
brother.
All right, I might start doing stuff with my content creators. If y'all need me to make a promo for y'all or an intro and stuff like that, I'm about to get in that kind of service. You dig?
Oh man, hey, that's fantastic, man. Hey, I'll be hitting you up, man. Leave your email and everything in my chat, man. We'll
I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up, man. Got my man, Big Body. What's going on, Big Body?
Yo, what's going on, brother Leon?
All right. Hey, what's going on, man? We are talking about customer service. Brother Matt, I'm going to ask you this question, bro. And you probably already know where I'm going with it, man.
You want the filtered version or the unfiltered version?
I want the unfiltered version because who gives the worst customer service out here, brother?
Niggas.
Yeah, and look, Jenny V is already. Atlanta airport was full of short black women security guards with attitude. Clue told me not to answer them back because I would get sent back home. There's no room for a redhead temper there. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Our people are the worst with customer service.
Now, Matt, you live in Canham, and I've been to Canham, and what have you seen in Canham?
Okay. I'm gonna put it like this, man. When it comes to businesses within the urban, economically depressed areas, you're gonna get shit service for some odd reason. Like, it's sad to say, but I don't even like going to the fucking hood McDonald's because you get the attitude, you get the long wait, you get the order that's fucked up, then you get the motherfucker that's serving you acts like you're the problem when all you're trying to do is pay for their service so you can get something to eat. But when you go 3 to 5 miles up the block to the suburbs to where Johnny and Sally own a franchise chain, you know, the flow of things are a lot more of quality for some odd reason.
Now I got a question to ask you. Have you now and you know, me and Tommy Jean and I've people have already heard me say this. We went down to Atlanta back in December, And you may have heard of this place. Alice worked there. She was just on. It's called Bojangles Chicken. I know you've heard of Bojangles. Yeah, we had them. Had one in Reading, Pennsylvania. Got the wrong order, brother Matt. And believe it or not, I was pissed off. And it's like nobody cared. And then I went to Walmart this past Saturday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers, man. They don't nobody want to do no work, but they want to fucking check. Fucking Walmart kills me.
Well, we went in there, man, and this sister acted like she didn't want. Now, I paid for the food, and she didn't want bag of groceries, so I got down there, man. Usually, you don't want bag of groceries. I bag my own shit, and I'll go. But that's what it is. Jenny V says, had some people moaning at people for not standing where they were told. They were so rude at one white elderly couple. I kept thinking, she better not talk to me like that. Wow. And Latin Patriot says, channel lefties give bad customer service, in my opinion. Seriously. That's true. And I'm not, but because a number of individuals that come up here who live in the urban areas, like Brother Matt, and I've lived in an urban area.
Well, here's the thing, Brother Leon. I've lived on both sides of the tracks. I've been in the suburbs and I've been in the hood. And when it all comes down to it, you get poorer customer service in the hood than you would in the suburban areas, man. It's statistics and it's proven.
We got to understand that. Yeah. We got a new customer. Hey, welcome my brother. He's been on my channel. He just started coming up to my channel. And he is, I'm just going to say, Men's Daily. Welcome to the chat and welcome to the panel, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. Can you hear me loud and clear, sir?
Can you hear you, Lima Charlie? And also, I'm up here with my brother, Big Body Productions. We've been in the YouTube game for about 7 years, so we know all about this. And we're, as you know, what we're talking about, because you were the first that came on. I want you to share your experience about customer service dealing with our own people.
You got okay. Thank you. I really appreciate coming to your show, and thank you for your channel, man. It's been really inspirational. I've been really hooked to your old school content, like hooked, like laser tight, because everything you said in your old school content still applies today. Isn't that amazing?
Brother Matt had some stuff out too. He was back there. He's got some if his stuff is out there too. Big Body Productions. Yeah, we've been around, and it does apply. Everybody's just running reruns right now, and I thank you for listening to my content too.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. Yes, my name is Mr. Gigi, by the way. And okay. That's the name of my channel. It's called the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement Channel. And I come.
Could you spam your channel in there so we can subscribe to it? Because I'd like to subscribe. You probably have some good content.
You got it. Yeah. And I come originally from the Red Pill community and the MGTOW community. And when I did a search for you, and I launched a video called "Don't Date Single Moms. You'll Never Be a Priority." And I did that search, and for some reason, when I did my video, that thing took off, man. I had like over 10K views, man. Like it took off seriously. And then when I did yours, right, you had like a 3-part series. I just got I played that thing maybe at least 12 times, man, in my room, on the bus, walking to the store. I mean, just general stuff, man. And I was like, this dude is not playing. He's not, man. And what got me, because I put it in the comment section, was when you said, man, if you think the little kids are off the chain, you ain't seen nothing until you said the grown folks are staying with the kids. I was dying laughing. I blasted that thing out loud to people on the bus stop. People were driving their cars, and they was like, man, brother man preaching, man, he ain't playing.
Well,
you were inspiring a lot of us. That video gave my video a run for the money. It did.
Wow.
Video number one. Video number one. Go to the video number one of yours. It was like powerful, man. Uncanny stuff, man, or whatever. But thank you so much. I didn't mean to get off the topic, but I had to give you your props. Yeah, to give you your props,
we'll
man.
get
Your
into that
respect.
too during our open panel because we got a few things to talk about. But yeah, I want because you're the first one up, and I just want you to share to me and Big Body, it's my boy Matt from Jersey, about your customer service dealing with our own people.
You got it. Okay, so uh, I have a real estate background. I have a real estate and engineering, stationary engineering background. So I told you, kind of like in the chat or whatever, you know. And
Yes.
I had dealt with the most shittiest and most crappiest customer service of all time. From the vast majority were blacks, okay, and then the minority was either the Hispanics and the whites. You understand?
Okay.
One of the biggest thing I ran into mostly was apartment complexes, and then also to dealing with banks. I'm telling you, man. When you get what I call sister girls in there, man, you know, with the swirl and everything, man. Instead of you asking for a deposit slip, they're turning around and asking you, what do you need that for? I am telling you, right? And
Brother
but,
Matt, hear that?
yeah, yes, what do you need a deposit for? I'm like, I'm trying to put money up, you know, or whatever.
I hear it.
Yeah, or I'll get the ones though, right at the banks. I don't know, man. You know, I don't know what you guys experienced, but I'll get also to the ones at the bank where, like we always talk about female nature, when you put them in an authoritative position, they think they're God or they think they own the place or whatever. But they cannot be humble and taught that they only work for the place. They don't own the place. You understand? You may work for it, but it doesn't mean you own it, you know. And that was in their mind. And I would make a report about something that was difficult in my account. And I had like, you know, all these fees and all this stuff or whatever. And they told me, well, that's our standard procedure. I said, well, can you speak to someone to see if we can get this allocated? Well, I don't know if I can speak to anybody, you know, because nobody's here. Well, can you please leave a voicemail or a note, give someone my contact information? Well, I'm the only one here, so I don't know what to tell you. Are you telling me I don't know what to tell you? Are you kidding me? So I exit out of U.S. Bank, Bank of America, and now, you know, I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm at Arvis Bank, and I haven't had a complaint. No complaint at all. I've been pretty happy. No bank fees. My daughter, I'm a single father. My daughter has her own account with a debit card with her name on it. She's 13, and we had no confusion. And when I tell people this, and you can read this in Forbes magazine and Success magazine, the most top rated successful companies are the ones that are diverse. If you got them predominantly, man, black or predominantly white, man, or Hispanic or whatever it may be, they're going to fail, man. They just are, man. I don't know why it is, but if they're diverse and mixed with multiple races in there and multiple genders, man, they're going to be very successful. You can look this stuff up in Forbes and Success. Don't take it from me. You know?
Well, I can tell you, going into some Walmarts that black people have run, and Brother Matt, you can probably attest to this too, and McDonald's, I found them to be the dirtiest. Okay, they lack cleanliness. You go through the drive-through, the attitude is all over the place. Even when you get on the phone with them, they don't want to speak with you. They don't want you to ask them any questions. They're basically coming at you. Well, what are you doing here? Well, what do you think I'm doing here? They give you the total disrespect. And at the end of the day, these are the ones through affirmative action that are being put in positions that they do not qualify for.
I agree.
You on that?
I agree 100%. You know, I've actually also experienced too, like at the apartment complexes. You know, that's the reason. You know, like I got another video I'm gonna launch to guys on my channel called income-based apartment complexes, right? And like Section 8 is your least long-term strategy. I'm going to put that information inside of my video, and I'm going to explain to them, you know, why is it always best to control your assets rather than own, you know, and you know, I'll go deep dive in it, you know, talking about asset protection and things like that. Because what happens is that if you deal with an apartment complex, in my opinion, you know, there is a 50-50 chance, you know, you may deal with a sister girl in there, and she will have an attitude, you know, she will have an attitude and she'll have an ego. You know, it's not the fact it's not the fact of the position. No, it's the fact that she has the position, but she tackles an attitude and ego with it. If that makes sense.
In other words, even though she doesn't own it, she thinks she's owns it. She thinks she's large and in charge. Let's just be honest.
You know, that's the government's fault, man, for passing out checks and fucking spoon feeding the bitch along through the system and not letting her actually work for some shit, you know?
That's true. Now, Jenny says, I love my job and the people I work with. It's a family-owned company, so the employees are treated better than those of a union company. And then Jenny V, Latin Patriot says, in the USA, it seems that it's a chore because for many it is. They work only long enough to keep their welfare benefits. God damn. And, well, go ahead, Brother Matt, about the government, because, it's funny. I live in a city about the size of Canada. And I'm going to tell you something, brother. Brother G over here mentioned something about apartments. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you go to those apartments and you see that little symbol, that house, and you got the two lines going through it, that's from the fair housing, I think you better turn like Snagglepuss and run, because you know it's in that apartment complex and you know what it's going to follow.
I'm telling you.
Ghetto girls, hoochie mamas, niggas, and etc.
Right.
Yes, 100%. 100%. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, And if any event that you do put yourself in a situation where you really have to, I tell these guys too, because, at apartment complexes I've been at, even places I'm at now or whatever, right? The majority of the time, if you stay into like low income, especially, you're going to be as a minority. You understand? 100%. You're going to see the majority of them they're going to be single moms. You're going to see the majority of them too. They're also too. They're going to be women who are actually property management company managers of this. You're going to see all this shit or whatever, And as more and more of this stuff happens or whatever, right? Some of the people are not there's people in general, they don't get it. They literally do not get the fact that these messed up women or whatever, right, are actually trying their best to dominate and control the narrative, through feminism, in my opinion. But when it all boils down to it, man, it's just the fact that our rights as a man are being slowly taken away. Hell, I'll even go as far as right now, we have very, very little rights. And so, on my channel, I talk about, and with the Passport Brothers, though, and RIP to Charles Tyler, we talk about encouraging guys to get their passports and get the hell out of this place. I tell these guys to, don't settle down with the strong, independent woman. If she says anything like strong, independent woman, or I don't need no man, that is a 100% red flag. You need to get the hell away from her.
Get up out of there. Go ahead, Brother Matt.
No. I was agreeing with my man over there, man. Them fucking high-strung bitches either talking about what they don't need a nigga for, or they can do this and that by themselves. It's like they remind me of them motherfuckers that got all the answers, but they still asking questions. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Stay the fuck away from me.
And they're the ones that, hey, Matt, they're the ones in customer service. And I remember, and it was in, and I'd gotten it from you, Matt. You had sent the picture. It was in a grocery store, and I bet you it's in a dirty grocery store where some of them work. And it was in the meat section, and there was a mouse crawling on the meat, man. I'm like,
oh my god, oh yeah,
yeah, you remember that?
Oh my god, yeah, oh my god,
yeah, and I'm like, but that's what you do some of these stores here.
I believe it.
And but a number of the ABWs talk about how much business they have, or they have their own business. You don't have a business if you can't deal with people. Okay. It's just like, with the everybody knows that Elon Musk bought Twitter. Okay. Now, politically, there was some people that got canceled off of Twitter. Okay. Now, I know Brother Guy King believes that they'll probably shut Elon Musk down, but I don't know yet. I mean, the people who canceled other people off of Twitter, they left. And that's another. Now, customer service there too. The individuals at YouTube and Twitter, if they don't agree with you, they're allowed to counsel you. That's customer service too, letting individuals speak. Free speech works with speech you agree with or speech you don't agree with. But again, the customer service at YouTube, there's a lot of men's channels have gotten flagged where a lot of females channels, no, they allow them to speak. That's
Yes.
also for customer service as well. So with Elon Musk buying it, he needs to tighten up on his customer service rules because you miss half of the conversation just because you don't agree with it or it hurts your feelings. And again, we have the media. They don't do good customer service either because they only tell one side of the story.
Sure. Sure. Now, I've been keeping up briefly with the Elon Musk buying situation. I know that he was buying, he was trying to buy it. But what I
bought it for $44 billion.
Yeah, because from my understanding, though, the offer was on the table, and Twitter actually implemented what we call it's an old school topic. This is back when I was a kid, called the poison pill effect. And from my understanding, they were going to discount all the stocks down to like a really ridiculous price, where it allows another person who has an interest to actually buy it for more of a offer than Elon Musk.
I think and so $4 a share the last time I saw.
Oh, it is? Okay, got you. Yeah, I thought it was like 48 or something or whatever, but they were going to cut it down at a discount.
I mean, heck, if you had the regular Joes like us, heck, we throw about $300, we can buy 6 shares of stock and make money. I mean, but what I'm saying too, these individuals that work at the YouTubes and these social medias, these Facebooks, they, and the funny thing about these individuals is there's no phone number to call them. So what they do, they hide behind social media, but they love to go in there and suppress your numbers or delete your channel because they don't agree with you. But at the end of the day, no, we're paying for your service.
Correct.
We're paying for your service. We're paying. And I think individuals, like when you talk about the apartment complexes. I live in one. Hey, thanks, Jenny V. You have a good night. And I love when you come in the chat. Thanks for your comments, your information. It is well received here. God bless. But going back to the apartments, I've seen some bad customer service in apartments. Yes, I have. I've worked in hotels and seen some bad customer service.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done it all too. And politically, lefties been panicking about Elon Musk buying Twitter. He deserves a tax credit for restoring free speech. This time, Trump will be able to speak. Well, I agree with that, but going into our customer service, and see that leads me to some of these grown kids who are leaving at home, because I don't know if you all are aware of it, but Shaquille O'Neal stated that his girls can live home as long as they want, and he will pay for their college and he will protect them. Meanwhile, when it came to men, he said he didn't trust men, particularly men like him. Now, is he being gynocentric? Yeah, that's being totally blue pill. Okay, that's blue pill.
100%. And see, on my channel, and then on my other guy's channel called the Red Pill Traveler or whatever, right? And we talked about Shaq and Cam Newton or whatever, and Shaq disagreeing with Cam Newton or whatever. And the thing is that now I'm hearing this new news that you just telling me about Shaq, and I'm like, this man is really trying to get up there with Will Smith. As far as I
actually heard the video, man. Well, I actually, and I'm really, yes, he did say that. He did say that, Latin Patriot. I'm just shocked that you have a big 7-foot man. He's now cowing down to the gynocracy as well. Listen, it's nothing wrong with protecting your daughters. Hey, Catalina, how you doing? there's nothing wrong. Look, I have daughters myself, but look, at the end of the day, they're going to have to get out here and make it themselves too. I am not keeping them grown ass kids at home the rest of their lives so they can mooch off of me. When I run a benefit cost ratio, they contribute to using my power, my water, eat my food, and hell, if you lend them your car, they'll bring it back. After you filled it up, they'll bring it back with a half a tank of gas in there. No, they are kids. You love your kids, but there's a time where they need to go. And I did a video last week called Failure to Launch. It's time for them to go. I cannot have any kids living with me. You know, I said 25, and that's very liberal, okay? Because you have a number of them who aren't doing anything, and a number of women are raising their sons to be hobos.
Sure.
Or they're raising them to do chores for them, you know. And at the end of the day, this is why particularly black men, and Matt could probably attribute to that, he knows they're not leaders. Black men are not leaders. They're just not. I mean, after I saw the Will Smith, and there's a lot of Will Smiths out there, unfortunately.
Tons. And see, that's why me, myself, I'm a big Tom Likas fan. You know,
I've heard of Tom Likas.
Yeah. You're probably a little older than me. You probably remember Tom Likas, man.
I remember how I first started listening to him back in 2003.
Yes, listen. A lot of us to this day say, man, if that man could have came and whispered in our ear when we were at least 16 years old, man.
Go back to the 90s and the 80s.
Yeah, we would have made way better financial decisions, especially women decisions, though, right? And business decisions, just in general, man, because I still listen to this day, his old content. And a lot of the stuff you said on your channel with hand in hand what this man said. And it was like, you got years of that stuff. He got several years of stuff, but everything you got said with hand in hand, there was like zero disagreement. But the only twist was when you had said, man, and that man, like, look, I come in with the single mile, hitting with the jab, the uppercut or whatever. You hit a man with the 1, 2, 3 knockout punch. When you went and hit him with the grown kids still scared. What the
nobody ever
that one caught me off guard. That was a powerful topic. I was like,
nobody ever talks
about
that. But just like Catalina said, parents impede the mental growth by keeping them too close. That's because a lot of parents want to be friends with their children too, because they're parents who shouldn't have been parents. Some of these kids were made by the parents, getting it on at a hotel, and the kids come out. Brother Matt, you know where I'm going with this.
I mean, hey, I'm a victim of, my daughter, she was a parking lot baby,
blowing gas, blowing gaskets, sometimes I understand that, but at the end of the day, but Matt, you only got one. I mean, you ain't making 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, bro. We all
no.
I only got one that I know about.
You better not, man.
Yeah, but there are too many children these days are complaining about the economy. Listen, I grew up, and I know the economy is not always perfect. Things do happen, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to sweat through it. You're not going to be grown tagging along with grown-ups. And this is why, and the reason why I said that about the single mother, when she has anybody living at home, if she's taking care of even her own parents, they're taking care of dogs and cats. No, you don't need that. That's chaos in your life. That's like the smoker saying, okay, you're a non-smoker, and you say the smoke stinks, and they say the smoke doesn't stink. That's because they're immune to it. To me, that's chaotic. Now, Catalina says when it comes to girl children, they become dependent on you, and then at age 18, they don't know how to cook, clean, or do anything.
She's telling the truth. She is telling the truth. She is not lying. Because my own daughter's mom, man. And I got a video about pregnancy traps. I tell guys, how what women do to pregnancy trap you, and how men can protect yourselves. Okay. And I go into deep detail about that. And then also too, right, we're going into deep detail about, what to do if your single mom person is dating or whatever, right? Or the woman you got kids with, she's still staying with her mom. Because my single mom daughters, right? My daughter, right? She's a daughter of a single mom. She still stays with her mom. Never had her own place. Never, man. And she's in her late 30s. Like, it is insane. Listen, I know you talked about the psychological problem they deal with. It's very simple. Dr. Phil did a very special on this, right? And it's called codependency. And he had like a special where he had like a lot of grown ass people, man. Hell, some of these guys are in their 50s, man, and 40s, still staying with their mom and their dads. And the parents were like pleading to Dr. Phil, like, yeah, we've been trying to get them out or whatever. We don't know what to do. But some of the mom, but listen, the fathers weren't saying nothing. I give them the props. They weren't saying that, even though they were married. But Dr. Phil got down to it. You know what it boiled down to? The woman kept forking over and handing over money and paying their bills and getting them out of jail or whatever, right? And the Dr. Phil was like, no wonder why they would stay there, because you keep pandering to them. You keep handing out money. You keep bailing them out or whatever. You got to show them some really tough love. And you have to, show them the way of life, a way you discovered it or whatever, right? And the husbands, some of the husbands, there's like multiple shows of this, but some of the husbands were saying, hey, I try to tell them or whatever, but they contradict themselves. The women contradict themselves. Well, one moment they want them out, next minute, but that's our baby and whatever. He's 50 something years old. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And that's a real big problem. That's why I say, now I do give the benefit of doubt. If the child is, let's say, going to school, going to college, okay, they can, or they're getting, now when I say getting a job and they're living at home and they're not going to school, they need to be working to save up so they can get their own place. Now, if they don't plan on going to school, they don't plan on getting a job, take your ass to the military. You cannot sit up under me. And see, a lot of these parents, particularly moms, there's this, what I call sister daughter, I call it sister wife or sister daughter, where they want their kids around because some of these moms are afraid to live by themselves.
That is true. That is true. That is true. You made a video on that, man. Yeah. Go look at the video. Go to look at the video, you guys. He's going to break it like all the way down about the sister. It's like a sister daughter, sister mom epidemic, man. It's like a big epidemic. Yeah. He breaks it down.
Smothered. And go ahead, brother Matt. You know about this stuff. You've dealt with some people out there, brother.
I don't even want to speak all this shit, man. Shit just it sickens me speaking about this shit, man. Especially my generation, my piss poor generation.
I mean, brother Matt, I'm sure you've worked and probably told some of them too. I mean, especially some of these dudes, they're living at home, they're weak, they're effeminate. A lot of these dudes are mama's boys, and
it's true.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. I call them the mother. I call it the mother husband, because usually that son is basically being programmed to be the husband that the mother never had. And I'm going to tell you something else that's going to take place, and this is going to sound sick.
The mother suckers, man. They're sucking on their mother's titty, man.
Go ahead, 411. I know where you about to go with this, man. Go ahead, because I'm gonna tell you even some more shocking stuff about on top of what you're about to say. But go ahead, hit it.
They're going down below. They're having sex with that son. I mean, they're
there. It is.
Let's be honest, they're doing it. They're doing it. This is why the son cannot have a girlfriend, and that mom is controlling that son. And that's all part of the gynocracy, and black men have basically succumbed to it. Now, is it all their fault? No, it's not all their fault, but there is a network of women that are, you got the
I just can't see. I mean, because oh my God, man.
It's an epidemic. Big body, it is a epidemic. And he's not bullshit. Listen, go on YouTube. Type in, man, mother-son relationship. There was a Hispanic grown-ass man, right? Said, I'm in a relationship with my mom. We go on dates. We do our thing. And he's proud about that shit. And the mom said, yeah. She's like, the wall hit her. She didn't hit the goddamn wall, okay? And she, of course, when they hit the wall, they get like so ridiculously delusional and desperate, man. They'll do damn near almost anything. And with the son, with him being like in his 20s and everything, looking more attractive or whatever, right? Why not fall victim for the son and just go ahead and go with it? And she said whatever she had to say. And man, go type that stuff in on YouTube, you guys, and on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, man.
I'm on my other phone right now on YouTube. I'm about to type this shit in, man.
Tommy Sotomayor had a video out maybe 4 or 5 years ago where the son took his mother to the prom and they took a picture. The mother had her arm around the son and the son had his arm around the mother. Now, I love my mom. My mom is still living at 81 years old, but I give the hugs, but that's about as far as it goes. Okay. Matt's mom is still living too. And there's just a certain boundary. And these
gun line, there's a fucking gun line.
You know it. And you got a lot of these kids. Now, I'm not saying, and you also got I call it the daddy daughters too, where they're calling their daughters princesses. They're bowing down to their daughters as well. And, yeah, the funny thing about it is they're telling their daughters, okay, I don't want you dating this type of man, blah, blah, blah. But that father may have been that type of man too.
Yeah, they got movies out on this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, this is the God honest truth. Listen, and this is why you'll see majority of us men inside of our community guys have taken so much of the red pill and went MGTOW. It is insane, man. They are like really seeing it for what it really is. And back in my day or whatever, right? It was out there, but not as flamboyant as it is today. Like out today is very, very exposed, man. Trans, you're talking, gays, and then we're also talking, the mother-son relationship, the father-daughter relationship is crazy. I even talked to my daughter today, and we were looking at we're going to get some multifamily. And I told her, right, you're 13 now, you'll be 18 in about 5 years, right? Because we're looking to travel during the time until she turns 18, across other countries. And so what happened was I told my daughter specifically, I said, my plan is if I get that duplex over there, we'll ride the 5 years out, right? I'll rent that thing out, right? We'll clock in a little bit of money to pay off the mortgage or the refi. And then after that, when you hit 18 or 21, boom, you're going right over there next door. Okay. Now you'll have the option to get your own place outside the duplex, but at least you'll still have a place though, if you want to live in it and if you want to cash flow it, because hell, I'm going to be out of here. I got plans where I'm trying to move overseas. I'm trying to go to Brazil. I want to go to Thailand or the Philippines, because a lot of us guys in the red pill travel community, we have had it here in the States. The States and Canada and the United Kingdom is fucked up, is damaged, and there are more rights for women than it's ever been. And you go to those countries, right? And there's still tons and tons of tradition. They haven't been indoctrinized by feminism. And a lot of it, right, still live under strong patriotic manners. Over here, we are in a matriarchy, not a patriarchy.
Well, we're actually more or less in a gynocracy. I mean, we're not. I mean, women aren't totally running everything, but their rights, politically, they're becoming more and more.
Fucking voices being allowed to be heard, man.
That's true. And again, Catalina says this is because there isn't a two-parent household, no checks and balances, and of course. Latine says some of these women are victims of generational ancestral abuse. I know a lady that was molested by her grandfather and her mother was also a victim. She didn't do anything to stop.
I'm trying to tell you, it's real. She is not lying, man. Nothing to stop it. A lot of the parents, they encourage this behavior because you got to remember, from years and years, they've been molested. They've grown up, boom, they got raped. They never went to psychological counseling. So they had a kid. And then after they had a kid, when the kid turned around to get raped, in their mind, right, it's a little bit normal. It's crazy. And they don't do anything about it. Now, am I saying all women? No. On my
No.
channel, you're right, I speak in generalities. And of course, I got idiots that are in the comment sections that, that will think, what I call the alarm. But all women are not like that. I'm like, dude, listen.
We all know that too. That's why I always
Yes.
use the word percentage or a number.
Yes.
We all know that. But
Generals. I'm like Tom Likas. We speak in generals, percentage, statistics,
generally it's
data.
true though.
Yes. And we bring the statistics to them, the data. We bring, pie charts, graphs, or whatever. And it's like, for some reason, numbers, statistics, proof, it goes through some women's, one through one ear and out the other. But still, but all women are not like that. It's like annoying. It's an alarm.
And like I said, let's see what Catalina says. There are some that are just sick and lazy and decide to groom instead of work at a relationship with a real man. But, a number of them, again, when you, like in our community, when a lot of the boys are surrounded by nothing but women and what it is, it's revolving dicks coming in and out of the door. They have the kid. These women are telling each other how to get on the system. And another thing I got to say too. See, this wouldn't happen too. You got a lot of thirsty guys out there too. Let's just be honest. You look at what is it, Instagram? You have so many guys out there going to these women's DMs, thinking that they're going to get with these women. All you're doing is just blowing their heads up. That's all you're doing. And these guys are going to be disappointed. And this is where you have the and you go back and listen to the songs too, back to the 90s. And you had some in the 80s and the 70s too. But back in the 90s, the guys were still singing sweet lullabies. And the women were singing how bad men were. They were doing that.
Yes. We talk about also too, back in the day, and I tell these people on my channel tons of time again, women had a 50+ year head start of dogging the hell out of us men out. 50+ years. Some of the older cats know stuff way worse than what I've experienced, from Ricky Lake, Geraldo, right?
Yeah.
What's her name? Sally Raphael. It goes on Oprah or whatever, right? And now, like the red pill and the manosphere has came out, man, and things like that. It went from women infiltrating our barbershops, because y'all remember our barbershops, the bars, and the locker room, those were our sanctuary. But now women have infiltrated that. And now we came out now with our own internet barbershop, man.
Now I do look at the so-called manosphere, and some of these individuals really a blue pill in the manosphere. But what it is they hid under red pill. They didn't. I've told several times the definition of what red pill is, but a number of them, what they really want, to use the manosphere, but what they really want, they're trying to get women of today to go back and play a traditional role. It's not going to happen, Captain.
Thank you.
Guys need to understand that, and the purpose of the red pill is to basically think about your own focus. You got to navigate life. You don't deal with the system. And also, when it comes to you, it's about self-preservation. And that's what guys have to do. Too many guys, and I made mistakes myself, they put their lives in a woman's hands, and a woman, number of these women, they're selfish out here. They don't care about anybody but themselves because they got all the laws and they got the simp brothers and the uncles. That's why they can say and get away with everything they police. But at the end of the day, in order to just not get involved with that, you need to know what the red pill stands for.
Thank you. And we tell these guys this stuff. We tell them that all the time, man. And I think it boils down to the percentage of the guys you're talking about. They're pandering. They hide behind the red pill. They do, but also too, a lot of them have a lot of the blue pill ideology from single moms. We talk about Walt Disney. We talk about all that stuff or whatever, right? And when they've been taught to pander to a woman, hold her down, or like Shaq said or whatever, you know, and I really disagree with Shaq when he ended up disagreeing with Cam Newton, because Cam Newton kept it real, man. You know, as far as what type of woman he wanted, you know, someone feminine, traditional, cooperating, right, non-argumentative. You know, I'm sorry. Go ahead, big body.
They try to overhype the media with the bullshit and try to
yeah, they do
turn some words around and make it look like it was more than really what it was. That's what got them all, you know. That's what brought all that controversy to the screen. The motherfuckers not sticking to the script and keeping it like he. If you get up there and look at it, oh my god.
It's you know, as men, we got to do it like Catalina. Most women dog men for no reason, just because other women do. When you have women get together,
no, women don't. They only do what you allow them to do. Though. That's the whole thing.
That's also facts. Now, again, this show, we are not here. Let me put it out there. This is not putting down women, but a number of women and men need to hear the truth of what's going on, because what's going on with a number of women, particularly our, you know, the black woman, it stems over there to the jobs that you work with them, the government, even in church. I mean, they think they're saved, sanctified, and holy. They hide behind that. Customer service, like I said, and the education system, because the education system is teaching them. You got bell hooks and Brittany Cooper, teaching them all that feminism, and you see what's out here today. And at the end of the day, they have no social skills, and they're not. A number of them are not partners. Now, again, and that is the West, particularly the developed countries. Might as well, Brother G, throw Australia in there too, because although it's not Western, it does come as part of Britain. Women down there are like that too, because when you allow an ideology, particularly as a policy, to get in your government, that destroys everything in our country, because men have also let it happen. And yeah, right, no domestic skills at all. A number of these ladies out here, they think all I have to do is go to work, and cooking and cleaning are beneath them. Listen, after I get out of work, guess what? I still have things to do, like last Friday. And correction, it was Friday I went to that Walmart because I just gotten off of work. I said Saturday, but it was Friday. And yes, true, Alice, men and women can both be lazy, especially if they're living under their parents and are getting everything for free. Because you do have a lot of lazy people today. And because they're lazy, they're also dumb people. And you want to know where I find the most dumb people? The ones who went to college. I went to college, and there's so many individuals that basically look at that college as a religion. And I tell you this, now, even me, I went to college. I still do blue collar work, love it. I got, just like Brother Matt, I got a CDL, because in case something happens, I still need to work. I got Class B, but you can't depend on your degree. Okay.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because we talk about this in the Red Pill community, man. I'm glad you're really hitting on some good pointers, man, that we tell these guys to, number one, create an alternative hustle, man, alternative income, man, besides your job and your degree, man. Take part of your proceeds from that job that you're working, man, and invest it into a financial vehicle where that money is going to continue to come in for the rest of your life. Long. A job is only your short-term destination to your long-term goal. It'll take care of what's going on right now, bills, what have you, right? Entertainment, whatever it may be, man. But at the end of the day, you got to have multiple streams of income. There's a good book, older book, a lot of you guys know about it, probably called, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I've heard of it, yes.
Yes. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the Richest Man in Babylon, and then there's another one by Gary Keller called The One Thing. And the one thing that they all have in common, man, is they talk about striving. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother Matt.
Yeah,
Big Body, were you saying something, Big Body?
And if you want, we want issues. Oh,
Go
I
ahead,
need
bro.
to bring the trash cans in, but somebody's lighting it right now. You light it up?
Oh yeah, yeah. But also, let me say, is there a simp epidemic? Yes, there is a simp epidemic. It's been going on for a long time.
Yes.
And it's going to continue to go on as long as males continue to worship somebody other than God.
Yeah.
Everything's right with a man that can do blue collar work. And again, percentage is good. Metals like silver and gold. Thank you, Alice, for that.
Good advice.
Comment.
Good advice. Good advice. Good advice.
And country boys are the best. I agree. I like country girls and small town girls. They're the best. But these suburban and urban people, that's where you find most of your bad customer service and your bad judgments too in the city, because they have this attitude of entitlement. And again, Catalina says it all goes back to playing by our rules. If something breaks and my man knows how to get dirty and fix it, it's wonderful, sexy. Just like if he's hungry, I'll hook it up in the kitchen. Facts. Those are called roles. And see, feminism and men who have agreed with feminism really believe we don't need any roles. Without roles, we have no boundaries. And that's the problem. And I found some women call them blimpies. Well, I didn't know that. Well, yeah,
Yeah, they hit the wall. They got to do something, man. You know, when they hit the wall hits them. They got to do something, man. You know, if there's going to be that guy who's highly successful and he's over the age of 35, man, in his prime, man, or whatever, and he won't give her the light of day because he's busy, man, looking for that 22-year-old, right, fine thing that's not in the United States, not in Canada, right, or not in first world countries. They got to do something. They keep him. They got to.
He's not in my chat, but usually his name is Sigma American. Shout out to his real name is Guy King. Now, he told me he went down to the Caribbean and Jamaica, down in that area, and some of the women are getting that way too in places.
That's true.
That's true. Now, you do have some of that feminism spreading.
Yeah, and that's why in the travel community we preach strongly. If you can, go to countries that are not close to the United States at all. You want to go to ones that have strong non-English. Okay, all right. There's some English, but it's strong. You know, I got a guy. I got a guy on his channel. He actually about to get ready to go down to Mexico. That's a good choice, you know, because their English is not the primary language. But if you go down to Colombia, if you go to Brazil, if you go to Thailand, if you go to the Philippines, man, you know, you're not going to get two things. You're not going to get one. You're not going to get a lot of English speaking women that's independent. I don't need no man. Number one. Number two, you're not going to get a lot of discooperation. You're going to get a lot of cooperation. Go to One Master Teacher's channel, man. We type it in, One Master Teacher, right, of the Passport Brothers. He did a map of just last Saturday of a breakdown of all the countries in the world that they want men to start going to, right? Because he's traveled to a lot of countries, man, and he broke it down from him and the Passport Brothers in the Red Pill community. They broke it down on the countries that are red. Red means you stay away from those countries, i.e. Canada, United States, you know, and also the UK. Yellow, which was Australia, because some guy said in the chat, man, they said, man, Australia should be red, man, but he marked it as yellow. And yellow meant basically that you can go there, but go with caution because they're borderline getting ready to turn into westernized women or feminism, you know. And then you got like the green countries, like we say Eastern Europe, stay east, nowhere west. West is going to be highly influenced, you know, by the United States and Canada, right? East, as far as you can towards Russia. We got Colombia's green, man. No, Colombia's gold, Brazil's gold. He said Thailand, Philippines, those are gold. When we mean gold, we're talking by levels of cooperation. You'll see what he identified out there. He marked, I think, Russia, all of Russia was green. You know, it's good to go or whatever. But whatever was red, you stay the hell away from it. And he identified white. White meant basically he didn't have enough data or he'd never traveled to those countries or whatever, right? But you know, it's a good rule of thumb, you know, so he could show these guys if in the event you travel, you want to stay away from those countries. Some guys even mentioned, like you said, Jamaica. We marked Jamaica red because those women out there, they're getting rebellious, right? They're not being cooperative or whatever. We even talked about the Dominican Republic. I mean, you know, there's several of them, you know, that we try to stay away from that is close to the United States. But the farther you get away from the United States, the more cooperative that they're going to be. Now, is a sprinkle of it, you know, feminism and Westernism, and I don't need no man, you know, or you got to pay for my sex. Is there sprinkles of it out in other countries? Of course, but it's not as heavy as it is here, man.
See, I have a remedy for I don't need that man. And here's how I basically will coalesce that. I don't want you to need me. I want you to desire me, because the moment you need me, then I'm a utility to you. And then when the resources run out, of course you're not going to need me. I'm going to become disposable. That's how you get rid of that. And it's also a defense mechanism for individuals that really can't get a man. Why? Because they have attitude problems. And this is why they can't do customer service. And, you know, I had to hit on this topic because
go ahead.
If you're not good with dealing with people, then you got some real issues, especially if you want to do business. Again,
I go to Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, and a lot of my people, either within my business or side work, I hire a lot of them. A lot of them are from overseas, man. Right. And I get the best service in the world. I get it for cheap because you got to remember the United States dollar is stronger in those other countries, you know. And so I find somebody from Philippines or Pakistan that does a lot of Microsoft Excel work. Or if I need a customer service representative to answer my phone calls or whatever, I'll hire them versus an American. I've actually tried to hire one girl from America, but she actually wanted almost 5 times the price, man, that I was actually asking for the other person, and said, and you know, because I needed like an interpreter and a customer service rep. She charged me, it was crazy, like $800 one day. And I'm like, why the hell would I do that, man? Where I can actually find somebody, right, for like maybe $50, right, for like a 8-hour shift, man, maybe 2 days or whatever, to knock out everything that I needed done or whatever. But you're supposed to support the black men. I don't have to support the black women. I don't. I said
work for no work. And
I told her, if you really want to understand real business, look at General Motors. Okay, all right. They took their operations right overseas. That was a smart move, and put the distribution center there. They still sell cars here, but they put their distribution center overseas. I think it was in China, and it cut down costs significantly. Right. They were able to get the parts done cheaper. The people were at a very fair wage in their country. And then he'll take that same amount of money he would have been paying of American, and guess what? He pays for the transport to have it transported here, okay? And inspected, you know, okay? That's good business, okay? And you know, just let you know, some women don't like statistics, data, evidence. They just don't. I don't know why.
Right. Now, again, we're not hating on women here. We're just calling out the ones, you know. I started with my customer service experience. Sure. And it is true, brother Matt. I mean, we dealt with it, particularly if you're in the black community. Alice says, I think you need to focus on a woman value system to know what kind of woman you'll be dealing with. So don't be so quick to give her the tool and see if she's got patience. Well, you know what? That's true. See, a lot of brothers are too quick to, you know, to drop that. Don't give her the tool. Don't give her the tool. Don't give it a tool, you'll be a fool. Say no to simp farmers. And of course, there are plenty of apps you can have to translate language, they have to speak. So apps, they're out there so you don't get ripped off. Alice says her aunt used to use those apps, and that's don't be too quick.
Yeah.
Don't be too quick, brothers, to jump in everything, because see, although we blame women, I don't hate women.
No.
We got
No, we got like a very big we got multiple Facebook groups, multiple thousands of men, thousands of guys who stopped dating here in North America, stop marrying these women, stop getting in relationships, stop getting these women pregnant, and they started going overseas, man, and they're having a fabulous life, man. We found, right, statistically, and remember, you guys, though, like you said, we're not coming down on women, okay, but we're speaking in general. But we've seen that a majority of them, they find out that a guy got their passport, a guy going across seas, they use what we call shaming language, shame, guilt, insults, and a need to be right every time, though. Why are you going over there?
He says that.
Yes, get robbed, right? She's gonna use you for a green card, or why you want to bring her here? And we tell these women out there that we don't encourage guys to bring these women here at all. No, we encourage guys to get your income here, go over there, keep her over there, keep her ass over there, go over there and visit, do your thing, and then bring your ass back or whatever until you develop your income, develop your income to the point that you can stay over there permanently, right? And it's like shocking to them because they are like really programmed that we want to bring these women over here, marry them so they can take half or we can extract money to them. And that's not what we're into. Absolutely not. We want to have a great life and get higher quality women for our value.
Now,
okay, we don't want to sit up here and deal with these low value women, man. We just don't.
And for the women who got sense, let me tell you all this, because I did come up with it in my Facebook. Because somebody thought that they were trying to troll me. It said, "Stay away from ladies. Stay away from these baby daddies. Stay away from hobos who are living at home, who are mama's boys. Ladies, stay away from simps. Ladies, stay away from broke men. Ladies, stay away from men that don't have any character about themselves. Stay away from men who come from dysfunctional backgrounds as well." At the end of the day, when it comes to the West, there are a lot of things that have really, because we're in a culture war here in the United States. That's the problem.
Thank you.
And we, and there are some women, like the homosexuals are just user males or females. That's fact. And men need to see what's best for you. Listen, follow your own purpose. Shout out to Alice. But I believe in the same thing. Follow your own purpose. This is what the red pill is about. It is not about hating women. It's about following your purpose. And look, a number of women out there, they follow their purpose, even if they use us to do it. As men, we got to continue on our purpose. And one thing that I always tell men, and you'll believe this, Brother G, men got to stop thinking about the coochie first. It's particularly black men. They stick their dick in something that gets burned. And brother Matt, that happens.
Oh my God, he breaking it down, man.
Look, it happens, and it's not always about the aesthetics of a person either. And that's men or women. You better see if they got something going on for themselves. And when I say something going on for themselves, it's not for you to use them for what they got going on for themselves. It's positive. It's to see if they're stable, to see if they understand that, okay, when you're dealing with another, and this breaks down into customer service. See, when you don't have structure at home, you're going to take your habits from home and you're going to deliver them right to the public with bad customer service. You're going to have bad relationships. You're going to be very emotionally or impulsive, because all you're going to do is think about be selfish. What's best for you. You have to have some empathy as well. But you have to build a network with like-minded people. And yeah, when a man has a purpose, the right woman will come along and love you just for you and not for what you have. I'm just paraphrasing what Alice said. That's true. A lot of men, and I will say this, and ladies, some of you are doing this too. Don't lead with your career or your wallet. We don't care about that. When you start leading, and men, don't lead with your wallet. Don't lead with your accomplishments. What you need to lead with is who you are. Be truthful with who you are. If you're not in a position right now to do anything, don't pursue anything. And I tell you, and you may have seen it, Brother J, and also Brother Matt may have seen it. Some of these dating sites out here, you have a number of individuals who will put something down there stating who they are, but at the end of the day, they're not that person. But it's
That's true.
easy to hide behind any type of social media, and people are even doing it on YouTube. And yes,
Yes. Yeah, you have a video on Bumble about that. I gotta watch that video. You
yeah, I do have a video on Bumble.
That thing kept popping up in my feed, man, and I'm thinking I'm like, yeah, man, it's destined for me to watch it.
It's up there.
Yeah.
And yes, when a home is a mess as well, clean house makes for clean mind and uncluttered attitude. And again, people always think they're ready when they really aren't ready. And that's, social media has allowed undesirables to basically think that they are more than who they are. They have what I call and I did a video on the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you're not familiar with that, it means you're basically over appraising yourself. You're making yourself more than who you are and what you are. And at the end of the day, in real life, this is why in real life, most of the individuals on social media, they don't want to meet because they'll be found out, because you can always disguise yourself on social media, dating apps.
Yeah, we got
go ahead, Brother Matt.
We give a rundown.
What's that? Yeah.
There's like tons and tons of catfishes out there, man. You can go on YouTube and type in catfishing, man, and you'd be surprised, man, how so many scams happen. Guys figuring out that the woman is a guy. I mean, it goes on, man, from finding out women are still married, man, guys still married. Man, I've heard of it. A list goes on. And, and that's why part of the reason we talk about, man, opting out of North American beliefs, man, or whatever, right? And telling these guys who are sipping and everything, right, and trick daddies or whatever, to stop validating these women. You got to stop that stuff or whatever. And the more that they do it, man, the more that they're stroking their ego, right, gassing their heads up, man, to the point, man, that they believe that they are God. And it has to stop. But once guys start going their own way, I say go ahead and start traveling, get your passport, get out of here or whatever. Show these women, if we're not choosing them and going for other options elsewhere, that we can continue to go elsewhere and not deal with her bull crap. We just don't have to, The globe, we got the globe. The men built the globe. We built the world, man. They may got North America. They might be running this country, even though we built it. They may be running it, but we still built the globe, man. And not the whole globe thinks and operates the same way as the United States do.
Well, there are a lot of, and on these dating sites as well, I'll put them together. And in real life, with people in general, there are a lot of unrealistic expectations and unrealistic outcomes. Shout out to Alice. A clean house, shout out to Catalina, is very important. And also, there are a lot of people that are living a double life as well.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
This is why, on my channel, I don't have a lot of drama. I get good people on my channel.
I'm glad.
Good men and good women on my channel. because at the end, what I'm looking at is there are a lot of misfit people in general. There are a number of adults out here who are basically they occupy the body of an adult, but they're still children mentally. And yes,
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you talked about that on your single mom number 3 channel. Let me tell you, that single mom number 3 video, you guys, I mean, you gotta like literally search through the archives, but trust me, it is a money video, man. He just dives in, man. He doesn't hold back. I love it, man. I love it.
Brother Man had some videos up there too. I don't know if he had some stuff up there that was wild and crazy too. And again, a lot of women have gotten the idea that they think they can do anything that a man can do, but he will keep you. No, they can get a man. They think they can get a man. That's true. They can get a man based on their aesthetics, but can they keep a man?
Yes.
That's the question. That's the question that's never asked.
Yeah. I like the fact, on some of the men channel where some of the what we call the 1%ers, the Nawalt women, are actually coming in, hearing our story on the side of the story, and they're coming in and saying, okay, what can we do to improve? I want to learn. You understand? Because sometimes you'll get some of the women that'll come in, they're just all negative and think we're just coming down on them. But when you got those percentage of the women that are humble, they're like, hey, look, man, there's a reason why these guys saying this. What can I do to learn how to keep a man? What can I do learn how to get a man? What can I do to learn how to please a man? And I really like that positive energy of those 1%ers or 2% of women that are out there. Are they rare? Yes, but there's a lot of them out there that are very feminine and cooperative in United States and Canada, but they're rare, man. They're very, very rare. But I like the positive energy that your crowd is bringing, and I want to compliment the comments on the comment section on that.
That's right. And here we're not going to hold it back. We're not going to hold it back. And learning and truth is very hard. I've been told the truth. It's very uncomfortable. But you want to know what? At the end of the day, thinking about everything, people who tell me the truth, you got some who care. They might not come out with it in a so-called gracious tone. That's okay.
Yeah.
But here in America, everything starts at home.
Yes, it does.
And when you have parents, because a lot of these parents out here, in my humble opinion, they're children themselves. This is why they allow their children to run the household. They allow their children to have an opinion. They allow their children actually to be on their level. But here's what mistake the parents make. They're being friends with their children. I say never be friends with your children. Don't ever call your child the man of the house when he doesn't even understand what being a boy is.
Thank you.
And I see that a lot. And I'm sorry, that comes from single mama households. And it's not just, I see a lot of it in the black moms and the word queen. Stop calling them queens. Yeah, I hear that word. Usually simps do that. Simps call them, you know why they do that? Because indirectly they want to sleep with these women too. That's why they
That's
do.
how it is. Yeah. They stroke their ego first. They stroke their ego, get them up high. And then after that, once they get their hopes shut down and realize that these women don't want to sleep in them or whatever, they're looking for Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Day Day. That's what I said on my other channel. I got I have one channel. I have one video I just recently made called "The Message to the Nice Guy and the Good Man versus the Thug and the Bad Boy Asshole."
I'm going to put it out there.
Yes.
I remember I made that mistake and I called somebody a queen.
Yes, and I tell them, the nice guy / good man versus the thug and the asshole or whatever, right? And I tell these guys clearly, right, if you're a nice guy, right, she's going to meet you, right, and then you'll spend a little bit of time with her, but what you don't know, the average female, she's not going to tell you this shit, is that you're just stalling for time until Tyrone, Chad, right, or the thug comes there and finish up what he's doing. Okay. And he wants the nice guy the good man to come in and play what we call janitor, cleanup man. All right. So when the thug and the bad boy destroyed her life, right? Destroyed her place, right? Got the rent money from her, whatever the hell made her credit goes down or whatever. The nice guy, the good man, she wants him to come on in, clean out everything, right? Extract his resources, his money, and all that stuff. Then once that's done, then the thug and the bad boy come back in. She get rid of the good man, get the thug and bad boy that's on death row, come back in. He restores her life because she likes the thrill, right? Then she goes back and go find another good man and another nice guy. And that's why I tell these guys out here, understand what's going on here. We don't blame the thug or the bad boy or anything. We understand that a lot of these women are messed up and they are attracted to them or whatever, but we just want the nice guy and the good man to understand that this is the psychology of what they do. And not all women, like I said before, and I said it again, but the majority of them, modern day women in North America, they think and believe like this. Crazy.
Well, going back to what Shaq says, he didn't help the cause by saying, okay, his children who are female can stay home as long as they want, while the boys basically have to get out and he's going to pay for everything. Wow. You're really setting them up for, in my humble opinion, entitlement. And Alice says, I can mind men in training day. They claim they are men. They're man of the house. Well, if you're a man of the house, time to get that's right, tax-paying job. But when that responsibility, the word responsibility comes into play, then they'll say, no, mom, I'll stay a kid right now. You know why? Because that mom is going to do everything for that boy. And yeah, the boy trend never ends well. You have a lot of men out here who are to blame as well because they're feeding the egos of these women just to sleep with them. A lot of guys don't want to hear me say that. It is true. And when you don't have a stable household, again, it leads to that bad customer service. It leads to individuals who are going to stay at home, live off the fat of the land. It's going to keep kids socially awkward. They're never going to have any social skills. And a number of them, they're basically hiding behind social media.
Sure.
And the more they hide behind social media, the better of a disguise that they can put up to keep people from seeing who they really are. And this is why I say, particularly when it comes to individuals, social media has, although it has some good points, social media has also had some bad points as well.
Yes.
And on YouTube, I've seen it where you have a number of guys, they're trying to give advice, but they're living in their mom's basement as well. They're down there playing PlayStation. They're down there. You got guys who don't know how to cook. And
Yes. You got tons of those guys, tons of them, man. It's like a really, really sad dynamic. And on another guy's channel, he was talking about how dating apps and social media literally destroyed our culture. You know, it was both a friend and an enemy at the same time. Because, like I tell these guys every day, as long as a woman has access to a phone, the internet, or whatever, she can have a man replace. I don't care if you've been married for years, man. You could be married, you're right, and yell out, "Not my girl," bullshit. She will have you replaced in seconds. You do not at all know what that woman is doing behind your back, man. Now that technology is released.
Well, real life, they also have a network. If they have a family, it's always a family of women, like the aunts, the grandmothers,
or as you say, grandmama. You say grandmama.
Well, they're all operating from the same playbook. And let's say, well, it's my 8 and 11, so they need to realize, enjoy being a kid while it lasts. But being a kid, you still got to learn chores and how taxes work. And Again, when you take some money away from the kids and not give it back to them, you're teaching them basically to understand you're going to have to pay bills, and that's right. Be a better woman. Shout out to Alice. And people can pretend. People can pretend to be something. I'm just paraphrase this, but they'll be found out at the end.
Yeah.
Catalina says people can be who they pretend to be and carry fish. Everyone, facts.
Yeah, catfish. Yeah, that catfish, man. It's not no joke. I'm telling you, they had a show called Catfish for a while, man. Go look it up on YouTube, man. Don't take this stuff from me, you guys.
Yeah, I've seen it. What's going on, Lemon Pepper Wing 69? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so I got people coming up. That's it. And I did. The link is out. It's like Brother Matt had to mute him because he's sleeping in there.
He's knocked out. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I heard like a lot of noise when he was talking. I didn't know what happened. But I had a question for you about customer service.
Certainly.
Yeah, I have a question. So what was the worst customer service experience you ever experienced? Was it mostly over the phone or mostly in person or on video? I got to know from any of your days, though, right?
For me,
what was the worstest in your opinion? More over the phone or more over in person? Because I had an episode just recently, but I want to hear from you first over the phone from me. But was it for you over the phone, in person, or on video?
For me, and that's funny. It's been over the phone with the back and forth. Individuals trying to bully me, especially if it's a bill collector or something. They're trying to tell me I like it's their money. I used to work for a collection company, and I'm like, no, it's still not your money. I didn't sign a contract with you. And yeah, it was a BW on the other side, thinking that she knew more than I did. Now, I also had a black man who did the same thing too. I said, you sound like a slave, man. You don't know anything, because I was telling them this was a debt. Usually debt collectors I have bad customer service with because, first of all, I don't owe them any money. Second of all, they don't understand the statute of limitations. Third of all, they try to threaten you with the credit. Fourth, they try to tell you you don't know the law. So I have to check them by saying, I do know the law. You don't know the law because you're working for that employer who's slaving you. That employer, he's not getting on the phone and she's not getting on the phone for you to call people like me to get cussed out.
Correct.
They're sitting there making money off of you. And and I tell them, you get a base salary. You're trying to collect money from me so you can go home. And you're not going to get any money from me. And you're not going to force me to pay you any money.
Wow.
Second, yeah, Lemon Pepper Wing says Walmart. I've had a few run-ins.
There it is. That I thought that was going to be like the top number one next to what we were talking about earlier, right? Walmart was going to be the first one, but you went there and went with the fast food, Church's Chicken and Popeyes. I mean, wow. I mean, yeah, you can get the most shittiest customer service there, but yeah, Walmart's one of the top number one places you can get the worst service at, really depending on the person though in the area.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Tell you why Walmart and McDonald's, because you don't hire the brightest people to work those types of jobs. Let's be honest. Those are jobs where people usually come and go. I was in the hotel and restaurant industry for years. I saw people come and go. They didn't have the brightest customer service either. I've worked on assembly lines, management. T-Mobile customer service is horrible. Wow. Yeah, some of these individuals, they don't care about delivering good customer service because in the end, they want a check. That's all they want. And what are they going to spend that check on? Garbage.
Yes. No investments, no financial education. Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said, I can't believe all these people got all those stimulus checks, but couldn't go buy a $10 to $15 book on investments and financial education. I was like, wow, that was real. That was real, man. That was like real. And he said about 99% of these people are going to take that check and spend it on what we call stuff. They're not going to buy a course. They're not going to buy a book. This is how it is.
Well, Lemon Pepper Wings said he's had bad service at Popeyes, and Lemon Pepper Wings, we just had a Popeyes that just opened up. Now I'm really worried because this one is going to be flooded with people. And I can tell you, when you have a brand new restaurant that just opened, a number of the employees, they're overwhelmed, and you know there are going to be a lot of mistakes made. And yes, people today feel entitled. It's all about them and their feelings. That is a fact. And he also said he had a bad experience at Checkers. Yeah, I had one there in Michigan City too. Person acted like they didn't want to serve me. Yeah.
Wow, you guys still have a Checkers open? That see, we had Checkers here for years, man. We want Checkers back, man. Checkers was really terrific back in my day. I used to have Checkers back when I was like between like 9 and like 17, but they shut them down, and I really think it's because of the high crime, or it could have been, because other things. I don't know, but I know in St. Louis, I'm here in Kansas City, but I know in St. Louis they got a lot of Checkers out there, So yeah, shout out to Checkers, man, and shout out to Lemon Pepper for announcing that.
Yeah, we got. There's one in Gary, Indiana, one in Michigan City, Indiana. Most of our Checkers are right around Indianapolis. That's our big city here in Indiana.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so we got a lot of them there. And Lemon Pepper Wings said this: "I can never get hot food. It was always cold." That's funny. That's why I
Lemon Pepper, the truth. That's real. That is like 100% real, man. I've seen it happen with other companies or whatever, except for the Chinese places. You go to Chinese places or Oriental places. I've actually got pretty good service for the most part at a lot of those places. I've heard of nightmares. Don't get me wrong, but when I go to a Chinese place, Oriental place, or even a Mexican place, especially the Mexican place, I get like top tier service. Top tier.
Good. Well, also, Lemon Pepper Wings says there's Checkers in South Florida, and he had bad service at Little Caesars.
Uh-oh.
Little $5 pizza there. Bad service, hot and ready now. But there are a lot of these places out here that people, and this is why it's very difficult to even go into a restaurant and sit down, because you're going to get bad service. You have a number of individuals asking for $15 an hour, so they get the $15 an hour, and guess what?
They still feel entitled.
Right. So you're basically back in the same place you started. They don't want to work, so they're going to make sure your food. Just me, if you're going to go into Walmart, here's what I do. Or I don't know if you have them in Kansas City. We got a lot of them here. We got Kroger's here. We got Myers here.
They said, now what is Kroger's?
Kroger's grocery. I'm sure you all got them there.
Yeah, I've heard of that on the news, man. And what you guys there? They're like really big, but we don't have them here, and I've never heard of it. I've heard of places called Rite Aid. They're in other places of the country and everything. And we used to have like one, but it's not here anymore. I do not know.
No, they're like CVS and what is the other one? What is
Walgreens.
That's what they are. But yeah, Kroger is a grocery store, just like Acme and Myers, Food Line. If you're from the South, what else can I? Winn-Dixie. Those places, Giant Open Air.
Oh, they're like big grocery stores. Okay. We got stuff out here called Price Chopper, big ass huge store, man.
Price Chopper. We had one in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, man, we had a lot of them out here. Price Chopper. Of course, we got Save a Lot. Of course, we got Aldi out here.
We got Aldi.
Yeah, we got a lot of them out here, man. Sunfresh, they're expensive as hell, but yeah, we got a Sunfresh out here. These are like locally franchised, Apple Market, whatever. And some of the Apple Markets, I get shitty service in there too,
well,
man.
And
the grocery stores, yes.
Something else that's bad customer service I call it indirect customer service, indirect.
Yeah, I call it passive. It's called passive aggressiveness.
Well,
And I
the
tell
one
these
I
guys,
call, the
yeah,
one I call passive aggressive is when you go in the grocery store and the shelves aren't stocked. Well, because okay, I'm going in to buy something like I like, let's say a certain brand of potato chips. It's not there. I said, well, when are you going to get them in there? Oh, we hadn't had them in there for 2 weeks. I said, now when are you going to get them in there? They don't give you an answer. They don't want to tell you because they don't want to put them there. They want you to starve. And so what happens is you just go down the street somewhere else.
Gotcha. Yeah, all right, this is my definition of passive aggressive. Let's say I go into Walgreens, okay? And I go in there and I get I'm going in there to get a box of condoms, okay? No offense to the whites in there, but let's say I'm meeting a white lady, okay? She's at the counter and I say, hey, can you pass me a box of these condoms or whatever, right? Okay. And she looked me dead in the eye and say, I'm sorry, we're sold out. And I'm like, they're sitting right there.
Oh,
and then what she does, she says, oh, that's our last bunch and everything. I'm sorry, but we're out though. I got to restock. Those are for display. I say, okay. I get ready to walk out, and then another and let's say another white person walks in there and say, hey, those are the condoms that you wanted? Yeah. Well, here, sell them to me. I want them. Okay. And she turns right around and sells them to the guy and discounted them because they were for display. Right? And he walked straight out with the same condoms that I was going to get, man. And it doesn't have to be condoms. I just used an example, you guys. It could be anything. Right. Very passive aggressive. Okay. The passive aggressiveness is for real. I see it a lot on the jobs, man. Like it's crazy, man. Over in like 9 to 5 jobs, you will see that like hands down, man. Especially, and I think if you got a passive aggressive boss or manager, oh my God, that is a nightmare because they're very like sneaky, manipulative or whatever. And they do things in roundabout ways. And you got to handle these guys or gals like kid gloves. But if you're smart, while they're doing their sneaky shit or whatever, you have to be better filling out applications left and right like it's no tomorrow behind his or her back.
Now, Lemon Pepperwing says some Latinos are just as bad too. And welcome. Here's my brother up here. Welcome, Melly Mel, to the chat. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? I'm just reading these tweets from Elon Musk. It's hilarious.
Hey, brother, man, welcome back, bro.
He made a tweet saying, "Yo, next I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in it."
Well, wow. Elon Musk is going to get,
cancel culture woke motherfuckers. Your word, like police.
That's it. The cancel culture is really going haywire.
I'm online now.
But brother Melly Mel, you live up in New York. Have you ever had any bad experience, particularly by people who look like us?
Man, he better had.
He lives right up the
man. Who has it, yo?
Well, give me some of your. I mean, because this was about customer service, and we did the kids stand up, but I'm really focused on this customer service because I went in last Friday, and really had an issue, and I've had it before where I got the wrong order, and it's our people, We just had a Popeyes that opened up too, so.
Well, technically, most of the Popeyes in New York that I go around my way is run by Indians.
Well, some of them are. I'll be honest. Some of them are.
I had no problem with them. Like that. Yeah, it's like.
What about the ones that look like us?
When I go on Popeyes, I have black people in there. Yeah, I don't even go that much.
You know what I find crazy? A lot of Popeyes. They're starting to be ran by Arabs, man.
Yeah,
niggas,
and the McDonald's, most of them is run by the Dominicans or Spanish and stuff. Yeah. Not that many blacks in the McDonald's, but you see mostly Dominicans and black. I mean, Spanish and McDonald's and stuff. Yeah.
Like, you know how the Indians got the Dunkin' Donuts on lot. They taking over the Popeyes now too.
Yes, yes. I see a lot in Missouri. I agree, Mel.
The Subways and the Blimpies.
They still got Blimpies around?
Yeah, they still got one or two around.
Now, we don't have them around. We just opened up, and I haven't tried it out. Jersey Mike's up here.
Wow, y'all just done getting Jersey Mike's? Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're in Indian.
Oh yeah, I remember Jersey Mike's. Yeah, we got one. We got a few of them out there, but it's on the Kansas side. I'm in Missouri. We got like access to Kansas and Missouri. But yeah, a lot of Jersey Mike's is over on the Kansas side, man.
Oh, okay, but you know, it's just bring up all these because a lot of us. Let's just be honest. And this is part of customer service too. And I don't know if you've felt the pinch. Has anybody ever used DoorDash or Grubhub? Because think about it.
I don't trust the motherfucker bringing my food to me, man. Bad enough, I do the drive-through. I can't see shit, but I gotta wait for a motherfucker to bring it to me, and I can't see how the process is going. Fuck that.
But also with not just the process. What about the price? It seems to me that it is much higher with some, and a lot of places.
How much they charge y'all the customers? Because I deliver.
I've never used them. I've never used them. I use another app called Roadie. Roadie's really terrific for me. Delivering food and they specialize in delivering just items, man. Like I even drove for Roadie. Roadie's pretty damn good. I haven't had any complaints from them at all.
I use DoorDash and I got some Chinese food, and I'm gonna tell you something.
What's that?
I paid almost. We grub hard here on some Chinese food, and I tell you, man, I paid almost $90.
What the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah.
And guess how much your delivery guy gets?
How much is the meal though? How much is the meal?
How much that driver gets out at 90?
How much?
Like $12. That's if he or she's driving a car. And
I want to know. How much is your meal?
$8. How much was the meal?
It's probably like $8 for the actual delivery service. So at least $4 tip.
Yeah, but they also charge mail. They charge tax because I know. Okay, I
know. Yeah,
I have somebody
pay the workers.
I mean, because when I bought it, I'm not gonna lie, I bought it and we paid it was like $52 because I love some egg rolls and so. So with all these extra charges in there, they're charging the delivery charge of $4.99 and $3.99. On top of that, tip $7, so that's $10 right there. Tax. And then they charge you money to use their service too, not the.
Whoa! It adds. I'm like, hey, you guys, try Roadie. I have not had a complaint with them at all. Try Roadie. Go to Roadie.com, right, and make you a free account or whatever. And what you're gonna do, you order your item at the place, call them on the phone, order your item. Once it gets done, then go on Roadie. And then go ahead and you're gonna put out a delivery, and they'll go get that motherfucker, depending on the size of it. They charge by the size, man, and it's like a flat price. That's it. I know
Friday's coming up, and we're gonna do some ordering or something. And I can tell you, man, it is the taco trucks are fire. I never heard of taco. Okay, also some of these Taco Bells. Where the taco
there it is. We forgot the bottom of the barrel, Taco Bell. Oh my God. We had nightmares there. I've seen people jump over the counter at some of these rude assholes over. I've seen this shit like it was crazy. They hired the little young ones with a smart mouth. A lot of them got smart mouths in their 411.
Now we have a place out here called Taco John's. I never eaten there, but
they don't get they're out here, but they don't get that much service, man. They just don't
get that much service here either. But
it's real slow.
But what's going on, Osama? Welcome to the chat. The big one out here, as far as chicken, and let's just be honest, whenever you see chicken, it's going to be a magnet. It's going to attract niggas. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And we, like I said, now we're up in Gary, Indiana, where I work. I called it the trifecta because they had churches, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Popeyes all on the same street.
God damn! Oh, yeah, the three hit combo.
Yeah, well, and there were a lot of people up there. Some I'll be up here for a little bit.
They didn't have Chick-fil-A out there too, or Slim Chicken.
In Gary, they don't have Chick-fil-A in the hood.
Nah, yeah, that's right. Niggas can't afford that shit, man. That's too hot. Well,
I mean, have you all look? I eat Chick-fil-A now.
Oh my God.
But see, Chick-fil-A, you want to know what's good? They give me good service. I mean, hey Matt, you ever eaten at Chick-fil-A?
fucking
Yeah.
right. Hell yeah.
You ever? Let me ask you something, because I remember you and I were on the phone one time. You went to Walmart and you said you ate a whole chicken. I'm like, you ate a whole chicken? I remember you told me that. I think that was a Walmart chicken.
Yeah, yeah. I went to Walmart. You know, at a certain hour, they put their discount their chickens in from the hot food section, and they put them out for you can get them for discount, and get the whole chicken, man. Get the whole bit.
Whole chicken.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. The Latisserie Gold chicken.
That's
Yeah,
what it is.
that motherfucker right there. Yeah.
They will discount them really, really good, man. It's like $7, man. You get that whole big ass motherfucker, man, or whatever, plus tax or whatever. You know, they're normally like $15 hot or whatever, but they'll discount the hell out of it, right? Either sell it to you cold, or someone that got it off, you know, and then they put it on the shelf. Yeah, they'll like discount the hell out of it. It'll be like $6.99 or some shit like that. Then the taxes come to like $7.
That's another place I go to now. When I go to a Kroger's and you know a lot of black people go there, man, that place is about as slow as molasses. I don't know what it is. I think some of us have a problem with learning how to check out. I mean, they're all going to the cash lanes and everything, and you're sitting. I mean, line is long and it's slow. I don't know. Everything is slow when we do it, and then once we execute it, the order is always wrong. I don't know what it is.
Wow. There's another good chicken place you guys might want to try called Slim Chicken. I don't know if you heard about it.
No, we never heard of that.
Type it in the search. You guys will like it. You won't find that shit in the hood. I'll tell you that though. Shit. Yeah, but it's called Slim Chickens.
I mean, you know, I'm going to the hood. Now there's some places you can go like
Y'all got White Castles, man?
Yeah, we get one right. Hey Matt, we got one right. Oh, speaking of White, man, you brought that up. I remember going to White Castle. The service was, you could just watch paint dry. It was that slow. And you know who was working behind the counter? Yeah, we got them. Them little burgers. Yeah, we got them.
Wow. Yeah, they got it a lot in the St. Louis. St. Louis is about 5 hours away from me and everything. It's like the opposite out here. Like Kansas City, they can't stand White Castle. We can't, man. We just don't. So they ran them out of town. Over in St. Louis, oh yeah, man, they would tear that shit up, brag about it or whatever. Like it's crazy. Like, cause up here we're famous for our barbecue. We got a shitload of barbecue places.
Oh, I know you guys are.
Yeah, that's how it is out here. And so the St. Louis was like, they'll get tired of that shit. They come up here to this barbecue, man, and they end up trying to stay for a couple days a week. They end up staying for months, man.
I think St. Louis. I think St. Louis is pretty bad out there too. Not Latin bacon, but Lemon Pepper Wing says they have a lot of Mexican spots in Florida, but none of them are authentic like Cali or Texas. Well, you know why? You know, Cali and Texas, that's where they all go. I mean, heck, they even got Whataburger in Texas.
We just opened up 2 of them out here in Kansas City because of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes said, man, I want a Whataburger. And after that motherfucker won that Super Bowl and took us there twice, we're going to build you one. And that motherfucker's out here. And they had so many damn people out there, man. Oh, my God.
But you know what's good? I don't know if y'all really got it. I know going down 95, you run into a fucking joint's called Cookout, man.
Cookout. I've heard of that, but
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. We don't. That's in Maryland. They got
the char grilled burger and the char grilled fucking chicken sandwiches and all those fucking flavored milkshakes. Oh my God.
Well, now Waffle House. Lemon Pepper Wings mentioned Waffle House. I used to work there. We gave good service, but I had some. See, you ask about bad service. Most of mine has been on the phone and then some of these fast food restaurants, and that's my fault for not going in. I just urge people don't use the drive-through, man. The drive-through is, because I can't see what they're doing in the drive-through. I really can't. And then there's a certain time you got to go, man. You don't look. You don't go, especially in a black neighborhood. You don't go in there about the clothes, man. They serve you some cold shit in there, man.
Man, I'm telling you. I don't know. My experience over the phone, it was just yesterday. I was polite to this company. It was a contracting company, and they try to sell me windows like every year. And I'm nice to them, and I tell them, hey man, listen, you guys, I actually have asked you time and time again to please remove my number from your list, and you guys continue to call me up every spring. Can you please remove my number from your list? White lady, well, that's not how this works. Click. I was like, wow. Yeah. I just politely asked for them to please remove my number from your list. That's not how that works. Click. Wow. I mean, it's like today's generation, man, regardless of the race, man, the people just hire them. But one thing they don't do is teach them customer service training, man. Proper people etiquette, if you mean, they just don't do it or whatever, and Robert Kiyosaki's book, he even talks about in there, man, if you really got shitty skills in customer service, man, just take a course. But a lot of the companies, right, they do two things. Either one, they're nice enough, they do offer it, right, yeah. And then they don't have the people actually take advantage of it, and train them. Or two, though, right? The second option is that they sell them on the interview. That I got customer service training. I can do this and that. Look at my degree. Look at my certificate. Okay, fine, yeah. Cool. You don't need to take. No, I've been doing it for years or whatever. They go in there, man, and they don't know that this person has very little to no skills in it. They know how to do a good presentation, but soon enough, though, man, this person is running these customers away. They are.
Well,
they'll sell them at that interview or whatever, and that person will give them a shot. And you look up a year, 2 years, 3 years later, they got this legendary asshole of a customer service representative, right, or whoever's representing that company in there, man. It's sick.
And that's why, like Brother Matt, he delivers pallets and everything. I know he has to have good customer service when he walks.
No. Hold on. Scratch that, man. I own a pallet yard, man. I have people bring their pallets to me, and I buy them from them, and I ship them out to different vendors to get repaired.
But
I do got to have good customer service because I'm dealing with the public.
Right. Sure. So this is what I'm saying, Brother Matt.
I like that business, by the way. There's a lot of people out here doing it, man. That's a pretty good business, by the way.
Yeah, Matt, and shout out to Brother Matt. I mean, he got trucks. I mean, he's doing the damn thing, and having a business means you got to be able to speak with people. Even when you get on YouTube, this is why I try to speak pretty. I'm just being myself. Some people don't even speak well when they get up here. They don't. They really. And it's not about the. I swear sometimes too. I don't care about that. They don't know what they're talking about because they don't know how to apply what they read to what's actually going on. That's what I'm talking about. Intelligence. You can go to college all day, but if you can't pick that book up and apply it to what's happening around you, then I don't think you're smart. I mean, you're just taking what somebody else wrote. See what they've done, see if it works. And
sure.
The biggest thing out here, I believe social media is really knocked a lot of customer service out as well, because individuals, I mean, if you go out, and I know I get impatient sometimes, but that's one thing I'm working on. But you got a lot of dummies out here, and many of them don't understand how to deal with the general public. And I mean, we're all spending our money, and in this country, if you want your establishment to keep the money coming in, you're going to have to be good at customer service. I don't care what business you're doing. I'm an entrepreneur, but I did a video about 2 weeks ago. Can you sell it? If you can't sell yourself even as a business owner, and I'm talking about getting people to buy your product, at the end of the day, you're not going to have a business for long.
I agree.
Um,
I
we
agree.
we always look at the operation that goes on, but the biggest operation is that customer service, and it all starts from the family. If you don't learn politeness and integrity at home, you're going to carry all that nonsense out into the real world, and you're going to get suffocated by the real world. Because as a kid, your parents will tell you you're the most important thing, but they don't care about you in the real world. They don't. I mean, you can tell your daughter, "Oh, you're my princess," "Oh, you're the smartest thing," but you get out there working for somebody, or you have to perform customer service. No, you got to do what they tell you to do, and if your customer service isn't good, you're not going to be around long. That's just the fact. And
It's
I,
the
I,
truth.
I mean, I think we need to bring more topics up like this because I just see it everywhere I go.
I'm
And
telling you. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Why do you think a lot of guys, are actually, in my experience, hiring overseas? Why? Because of the simple fact you get, to me, this is just my experience, right? You get like top tier service because you're dealing with people in second and third world countries, right? Where they're traditional and they know how to humble themselves.
Let me
But
chime in.
if you hire somebody, man, I'm telling you, just experiment with this for a little bit. If you hire somebody, man, with a shitload of experience and degrees, man, and advanced knowledge and all that stuff, he or she's gonna have an ego and they're gonna figure, well, I ain't gotta do this, I ain't gotta do that. But usually I love to hire, in my opinion, right, the most teachable, humble person in the world, if possible. Okay. They can have a little bit of experience, they can be inexperienced, but as long as they're teachable and they're humble, man, you'll win my service every single time. I just interviewed two Philippines this today, and some of my qualifications where you have to have, very clear English, experience in Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, whatever. And I talked to these people, man, and there was a host on there on Google Meets. They had the most outstanding customer service, right? There was no, well, I have a degree, or I know how to do this. I know. They were like very, very, very humble. If you guys go to fiverr.com or go to upwork.com or Google, GURU.com, if you want to hire someone to do any type of office work, I'm telling you, right? Or just, YouTube designs, right? YouTube promotion or whatever, just go on it. You will see the difference in hiring someone overseas versus someone over, in a local area or the States. It's a huge difference. It's a difference.
right.
Yeah, I fully agree with you on that. Like I said earlier, I own a pallet yard. I got a little trucking business, and also on the side, what I just started getting into was doing trips. I have some buses, little mini buses. I'm doing trips and all. But at the end of the day, like you said, I call them foreigners. I call them foreigners. I got Mexicans that work for me, man. Mexicans and Guatemalans, man. The
Okay.
motherfuckers worked rain, sleet, snow, cold, heat. They don't give a fuck. They get it
He's
done.
for real.
They're fucking
He's for
loyal.
real.
They'll work
This
for
man's-
cheap, but they'll
He's not
fucking
lying.
do the fucking job. And I got one motherfucker that's Americanized a little bit. He been over here too long, so he a little beside himself. He got a little
Yeah.
beside himself. I had to let that motherfucker know because I don't do all that. You're fired. Get off my premises, shit. And I'm
Yes.
like, yo, look, motherfucker, I'll call ICE on your ass. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me.
Damn! Wow.
Police.
Whoa! You hit him where it hurts. You told that man that.
I said,
You really did?
Police.
He was going to call INS.
Don't go get ice on.
They know what the fuck time it is, bro. Look, I'm doing them a service, man. I'm giving them an opportunity. There's literally down the street from my business. There's a house with like 10 of them in there. It's like a 3-bedroom house with 10 of them in there, and they're all living on top of each other, but they're taking care of each other with a little bit of income they got. I got 3 of them that works in my pallet yard. Then I got the other one that does the cleaning up around the building, and the other one that does like the little maintenance on my truck and shit. Like if I need like the inside of the cab done out or the box cleaned out and shit. You know,
Yes.
I use them for what they worth, man. But at the end of the day, they don't really give me a hard time, and they fucking work and they appreciate me, man. They
I love
fucking
it.
appreciate me.
I love it.
They'll put a fucking American. They'll put a fucking today's American to shame and out of a business with their work ethic, man. And their
I
loyalty.
tell
What's going on? Got my boy
He's not lying. He is not lying. 411. I'm telling you, go. I don't know what other business you get. Just experiment with it. Just go to those websites and just hire 2 of them, man. I'm telling you, you will get top tier treatment. Don't get me wrong. There's some out there, but I prefer to hire someone either that's never been over here or fresh off the boat.
Well, I got my boy Osama on here. What's going on? He's from my home state of Maryland, right down.
Hey, what's
customer service? We're talking about customer service.
Oh, hey, hey, first off, what's going? Hey, brother, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh man, brother, man, I haven't been a man. You know, I've been on a panel in a minute, man. I was in the off season. I was working the night shift. I was driving. And now, you know, it's just the landscaping's been popping. But, man, brother, I missed you, 411. I missed you, brother. So salute to you, man. Salute. Hey, 411, check it out. Shout out to your boy G Dizzle. Hey, I got that Bridget. Like, I started Bridget like 2 months ago, man. It was like a 2-month thing, you know. And I was thinking about it, man. It's all good, man. It was funny as hell, man. I mean, I was on some goofy shit talking about, what's gonna be at the mall.
Hey, well, we got my boy Big Body. He lives right down.
What's up, Big Body? Salute to you.
What up?
And I know we talked before, Big Body, and I got my man, Mr. GC. I don't think we ever met before, man. I'm Usama Abdu, man. That's my government, man. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
All right.
I'm a newbie to the crowd, buddy. I'm from the other side of the red pill and MGTOW community.
Hey, brother, you know, I'm going to tell you, brother GC, this is the best. Leon is one of the best in the game. And I'm not saying that because I got love for the brother. I mean, Leon is one of the most articulate, pragmatic, intelligent, dynamic, down-to-earth brothers in this space, man. I mean, he's criminally underrated. But, you know, in essence, though, that is actually something with the space because brothers like Leon should have 50,000 subs, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
You know, me and people like brother Matt, and brother G, we tell it straight up, and we're talking about customer service. And brother,
okay,
Osama, I gotta ask you this question.
What's that, brother?
Around. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had bad customer service from people that look like us? I mean, just hey, you're from Maryland, PG County.
Right. Well, you know, I need to be, Leon, I'm actually from Nevada, brother, Reno and Los. I moved to PG County. DC, yeah. I moved to DC, the DMV. I'm 44 now. I moved here when I was 19, so I've been here 20. You know, my family's out here, mom, dad, sister. We all relocated here in the late 90s. So I'm a West Coast brother at heart. And I'm going to tell you, brother, the customer service in DC and PG County you get from a lot of, especially the native Washingtonians or PG native.
He said PG County.
Pound for pound.
Oh shit,
brother! It's pound for pound the worst in the country.
Oh,
so I experience it all the time, brother. There's I mean, just some of the disrespect you get. I hate to say it. It's more from the sisters, man. But it's a lot of the time, brother. When I see I live in New Carrollton, Maryland. You know where New Carrollton?
Yeah,
it's like
my dad used to live in New Carrollton, and told me you used to work at 7-Eleven in New Carrollton.
She did. The one on there's only really
Fiends Lane or
really
Fiends Lane, F-E-I-N-S.
Man, come on, brother. I go there all the time, man. Shout out to Tommy G.
Small world.
Brother Leon, the customer service I experience on a daily. I'm going to tell you, man. There's
you said PG County, like District Heights and all that shit.
Yeah,
all of that, big body, all of that.
Ghetto is fuck, man. Ghetto is fuck.
Here's the thing, man. You know, In Houston County, you get
Dude, it's right next to fucking DC. And DC's a fucking hood, man.
No, I don't know. Big body. DC's changing, bro. DC is only about 32% black. DC has been more gentrified than any other major city in America over the last 25 years. I don't know when the last time you came to DC, but
now if you go to Baltimore, there's a different experience.
no, Baltimore and DC are night and day. Now, DC is getting extremely. There's more white people than black people in DC now, straight up and down, no question about it. Average house in DC right now, as we speak, $1.1 million. So DC, it's changed a lot. I don't know when the last time you came out here, brother, big body, but DC's changed, man.
But when you deal with customer service there, like let's say 7-Eleven, you got a lot of.
Okay, now see, I'm gonna tell you, 7-Eleven, it's no African Americans work there. 7-Eleven is mostly Ethiopians work there, and a lot of Ethiopian women, and for the most part, Ethiopian women have very good customer service. They, I'm first generation Eritrean Ethiopian, and we take customer service very, it's a part of the culture.
Right.
So you go to 7-Eleven, you're going to deal with immigrants, and the customer service is generally pretty decent. It's mostly Ethiopian. You go to Walmart. Okay, I'm going to tell you the worst customer service you're going to get, brother Leon. Now, okay, New Carrollton, where I live. In most areas, it would be like a middle class community, but in the DC area, it's more lower middle class. So the Lowe's, I'm a landscaper. I got a landscape business, so I go to Lowe's, I go to Home Depot all the time. There's a Lowe's literally 1 mile away from me in New Carrollton. Now, the majority of the staff there is 25 and over black sisters. And I'm not, me, Leon, I'm not one of these brothers, I got love for the sisters and everything, but now just hear me out. The customer service there is so bad. And, Leon, you're an engineer. You know how there's this planned obsolescence. So you buy a lot of things. They might work for like 5 hours, trimmer or something of that nature. They just go bad. I have some of my commercial mowers that are 25 years old, and these things are built like tanks. You know what I'm saying, right, Leon?
Yeah.
So a lot of time you buy something, it just doesn't work. You got to return. Planned obsolescence is real. They set the carburetors all messed up. But the customer service there is so bad. I literally drive to Bowie, Maryland, which is 50 miles away. Because now the thing that you go to the Lowe's in Bowie, they got some older white folks who work there, and they got a lot of black teenagers who work there, right? The teenagers give you a hard time. They're just like, they don't even really want to be there. They don't ask you any questions. When I go to Lowe's around my way, it's always argument with the working class, or middle, we'll say younger millennial to Gen X sisters. It's always an argument. It's always something.
That's what Matt said.
And I got to tell you, brother Leon, before I was a landscaper, I was a waiter for 18 years. I understand customer service. When you work in restaurants, especially nicer, you learn the essentials of customer service almost unlike any other job. And you learn manners, you learn how to treat people, you learn how to carry yourself with poise, articulation, things of that nature. So you know me, you've known me on these panels for a couple of years, Leon. I mean, I'm a very respectful person. I'm always hi, how you doing? But sometimes you just get attitude right off the break. So it's to the point, brother, I got to be honest, man. Pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. We're talking pound for pound. As arrogant, and I hate to say this, African Americans give the worst customer service. Not every situation, but as a whole.
Yes.
A lot of African Americans don't take work seriously. Okay. And as a blue collar brother, I got to make sure that I'm going to tell you this. When I do landscaping jobs, I don't even take nothing. Now I screen the people. I don't take nothing up front because so many people have been burned by brothers. They don't want to give you up front. And to be honest, I've never been burned. I'll just say, because I don't even like taking money from people until the job is done. That's just how I am. It's just something about it. I'm very meticulous in that manner where I don't want to get paid until we have a full agreement that the job was done to your expectations.
Right. No, that's understandable.
That's just how I do things. And my customer service, to be honest, is top tier. But I hate to say that, but just pound for pound, a lot of us as a whole don't take work as seriously as we should. And I've seen it's even worse in the DC area because there's this there's a lot of a narrative out here where people just don't want to work. They want to either work for the government. They want to do some they want to do something white collar, or they want to. A lot of brothers out here do the disability hustle, which is huge. And hey, go ahead and get your disability. I respect it. Whatever, get your money from the government, but don't sit on your ass all day. Do something under the table. Drive Uber, or do something of that nature.
Yeah.
If you're getting something from the government, hey, do you by any means? But Leon, it's a problem, and it's to the point. I got to tell you, though, when I got my house in 2011, I really wanted to hire some more brothers to do some work at the house, man. But the experiences were bad every time. Now it's
get you some foreigners, man. Get you some Mexicans, man. Or get you some Guatemalans, man.
And the thing about we got a lot of Salvadorians out here. We have Mexicans too, but I would say pound for pound, Mexicans more than anybody else. And you're right, Guatemalans too. They take work they might not even like you, but they take work very like Mexican, and Central Americans. The work ethic and doing the job properly and being honest it's ingrained in their culture.
Yes, thank you. We were talking about cultures earlier. We were talking exactly about cultures earlier. Exactly about cultures area. It's a different ball game, different dynamic.
Let me stop you on East when you said about doing it perfectly. Now don't get me wrong. They'll do. They're straight up about doing their job. Now about perfect, like they because they got this one track mind. Like sometimes you gotta show them certain shit because they only will do it just a certain way. Like with the forklift, them motherfuckers don't. All they know is up and down. They don't know how to side shift and all that other shit with the forks. So sometimes you gotta show them something. But like once they get the hang of that shit, oh man, they're unstoppable, man.
No, you're right.
I agree.
Certain things you gotta just show them.
I agree. I always host 2 to 3 day trainings, with my new employees. So when I hire them on, I host either 2 to 3 day or sometimes 1 week trainings, right? Where I train them like really aggressive, man. I deep dive in whatever the project may be, because they may have experience in it, but in order for my business to run efficiently, right, I have to show them and teach them. So when I throw them out in the field, they're not going out there, because I don't believe in just throwing people out to the sharks and say, well, you got experience in this shit, just go out and do it. No, I believe in that. So when I hire you on, boom, I'm going to train you. I got to have that one-on-one bond with you, make sure you can get it. Then once the trust is built, you got the confidence, then I'll send you out there. That's just how I do it.
Mr. What's your field of work, brother?
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm a surplus fund specialist and also do a little bit of real estate. Okay. I specialize in finding money for people, right? Notifying them they got the money, right? And then after that, though, right, I charge them a fee for getting that money. You understand? And then in my wholesaling business, we find properties for a discount, get it under contract, flip it for a higher price, and get in between cut or whatever, And in these niches, what I typically need is always like a customer service rep or a cold caller or a virtual assistant to, answer my phone calls, do tons of quote calls or whatever. And I hire, man, like I tell them, I hire my Philippines and I hire guys from Jamaica, and I get really, man, the best service, man. I'm telling you this, like really good service. Don't get me wrong. I agree with Body. You're going to have them make some mistakes. Of course, you have to expect that, but you have to walk in with a big open mind to not expect perfection, but just know that, hey, along the way, they're going to make mistakes, but they have to grow within your company. And as long as you are training them and continuously teaching them, they can help you within your company grow, and become a very valuable asset to your company, because you can't just throw them to the sharks and expect them to know everything.
That's true indeed. And I'm glad you said that about Jamaicans, because I'll tell you, out of all, whether it's African American, Caribbean, Jamaican brothers, pound for pound, when it comes to blue collar work, have the best work ethic when it comes to black men. It's not even close. I go to Lowe's, I go to Home Depot. Half the time I strike up a conversation with another brother, they're Jamaicans. I mean, Jamaican brothers are really serious about work as well, too.
Really?
One of the issues with black men, though, is a lot of black men just don't like taking orders from another black man. That's just from one other man in general. And then also another thing with brothers is, I have a solar landscape business. I got about 70 properties. I'm going to tell you, brothers, the truth. If I really want, I'm in PG County, the wealthiest black county in America. We have hundreds upon hundreds of subdivisions, middle class, upper middle class. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of black people these days, they want to hire a black person. I could take out a home loan because I got a lot of equity in my house and have a big landscape business. I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just happy doing my solo thing because I don't even really want the headache of trying to run a big landscaping business and trying to hire other brothers and have people trying to steal from me and things of that nature. But also, too, even my business, it's nothing major, but it's I'm paying my bills. I got some savings. It's going pretty solid. But just even to get to where I'm at now, it took so much blood, sweat, and tears. Working part time, driving Uber full time, working landscaping 13 hours and driving Uber 5 hours. It was the first year I was full time in 2017. It was so rough. I couldn't even afford to have air conditioning that whole year. You dig what I'm saying? My air conditioner broke. I had no air conditioning. I had one room with a window air conditioner. So I talk about the struggles. But the thing about that is a lot of black folks, we don't understand the steps that have to come in progression to getting to what you want to get, the blood, sweat, and tears. We want that instant gratification as a culture. Unfortunately, it does not work like that. That's why I see some of these brothers trying to sell this, I don't know, sell this quick fix. And I got something else I want to talk about that, but we'll go on with that. But let me let the next brother talk, man. Real talks.
Yeah. Let me get to the chat here. Living Pepper Wings, and this is probably a question for all of us. Who would you hire between a Mexican, black, white, or Asian to do a construction job?
I'd hire all of them, every single one, because I judge a person most on their character and their ambition, not necessarily on the color of their skin, no, I'm a character person, if you got character charisma with me, you put me in a position where I can actually say, okay, let's see, give me a shot or whatever. Because I just interviewed 2 of them today, and let me tell you, these Philippines, like I'm right now, as we're talking on here, I'm trying to determine which of the 2 I'm going to hire. This girl had the most clearest English in the world, but the guy came in from the Philippines also, and his experience was outstanding, man. Like it was damn like A1, man, whatever, right? But he had a little bit of an accent, that kind of turned me up. That was it, or whatever, right? So they're like both of them, have their pound for pounds or whatever. But I don't know. It kind of really depends on what type of business you're also in, also too,
But
because everybody's business is different.
But like I said, in every type of business you have to have customer service. So Mr. O was on here from Chicago, and it's funny because I've been to that Walmart on 83rd up here, and I knew exactly what he was talking about. And that Walmart was the most hideous Walmart, brand new Walmart, and it was dirty, ghetto. I had the worst customer service there.
He said ghetto, dirty. Wow.
I mean, and brother Sama, you might attribute to this too. Drive through for some, and Matt does it when he gets time too. You go through the drive through, and there's a black worker there. It's going to be slow as molasses.
Oh yeah. 7 motherfucking cars in the drive-through, and the one motherfucker's just waiting on a cheeseburger meal, and you got a fully staffed inside. What the fuck is the problem here, man?
And they get your order on. Like I said, well, you weren't here or something, but I went down to the Manosphere meetup, Atlanta.
Okay, in Atlanta, no doubt.
And they got my order wrong, and I went through the drive.
At Bojangles?
Well, you probably heard of Bojangles too.
Yeah, there's a Bojangles in New Carrollton, as a matter of fact. You know what, though, Brother Lee? Well, you know what, though, brothers, I've noticed. A lot of these Gen Z brothers, their work ethic is not that bad. You get some. There's in a lot of ways, brother. I'm 44, so I'm right in the mix.
You're an ex brother like me. You just into the
Gen Z brothers. They really get it. They've been exposed to all this red pill knowledge, and black people as a whole, I tend to feel sometimes learn better from an oratorial perspective than a actual written perspective. And a lot of these brothers are really taking in these lessons that brothers like yourself are preaching, and it's really manifested. So I'll say, like I went to Wendy's tonight. Matter of fact, maybe not even an hour ago, and it was a young brother. And he was serious about work, and I was so impressed. And I'm like, how old are you, brother? And he was like 16. And I'm like, brother, I'm so glad to see you're working hard and you're taking it seriously and you're mature and you're carrying yourself your articulation is proper, your shoulders are broad, you're not sagging your pants. I mean, I gave the brothers a $10 tip, and I said, brother, I'm so glad to see you working, man, and doing your thing and carrying yourself the way. And I mean, I say that sincerely because when I see that from my brothers or my sisters, but especially my younger brothers, it really warms my heart, man, because I love my people, man.
Oh yeah, and I want to thank you. Hey, you were the last one that gave me a cash up. It was that $50 cash up. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah, you gave me one when you were on here last, when you were in my chat a few months ago, brother.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, Leon. I mean, Leon, like I'm saying, man, every time I come, I gotta bless, man.
I appreciate
it's hey, Leon, man, I'm not just saying this, brother, like on some I'm not even gonna say that, I don't want to say that joke, but you know what? I'm gonna say that joke. I'm not trying to sweat you like how Obsidian sweats Kevin Samuels, but brother, you
Mr. 411. Do you have PayPal, man? I'm a PayPal guy. I don't really use Cash App, man.
I had it. It doesn't work too good. I have Cash App. That here on my channel, I just put out content. I'm not and this is going to sound funny.
Okay.
I'm not one that really begs for a lot of Cash App. If it happens, it happens. I want to put out good content. That's what I want to put out. I have a regular job. I'm a blue collar guy. I work as a construction inspector. Yeah. In fact, on my other channel, because Brother Matt had a video on, and it was a great video, and hardly got no views. He was wiring up, showing you how to jump a truck. Should have got more views on it. And I got another channel called the QCIS channel. And I'm out there in the field showing you how they lay pipe, how they place concrete, how they do curb and gutter. Because I work in construction as an inspector. So I'm out there with a hard hat and a vest. I like that blue collar work. I do. I don't like being
a reason I asked for your PayPal, because I do a lot of donating through PayPal. A lot of guys don't have Cash App, or don't use it or whatever. So I just thought of suggesting this alternate means. It's free to set up an account. I just help the guy set up a free account, man. It's no big deal. And they send you a free debit card or whatever. But you can have alternate links, just sitting in the description, just in case, some people don't have it. So I just thought I'd throw it out there and everything, but in the Red Pill community, yes, I do give out donations, whether they ask for it or not, just to show my appreciation. Yeah, just to show my appreciation, because you got to realize, man, I tell people this on my channel too. It's not about the size of the channel, man. It's all about getting the message out there, because this content we shooting out there, of course, YouTube got the demonetization and all that other bullshit or whatever it may be. As a Red Pill, we're expected at any time to get shut down. Okay, to get shut down. So I tell the guys to grow your channels, right? Grow them up as high as you can. Share your links, man. Share them, man. That's probably why he didn't get many views, because you got to share the hell out of it on multiple platforms and multiple Facebook groups. You get a lot of views, man, or whatever. I got over 100 views just in one day, man. Off my Don't Date Single Moms video. Trust me. I mean, 100. I got over like 100 subscribers and like over, man, 5,000 views, man, on that thing, and now I'm up to like 10,000 views, man. It's crazy.
Brother Big Body, he used to do his on Facebook, because he started doing live before I did live. He was doing Facebook Live. He started. I had to ask him how you do videos in his car. He was doing them on the interstate.
That's how you do it, man. And I tell. All about just getting that message out there, man. Even the baby channels, man, just get the message out there, because you'd be surprised what young person or older person you may listen to, and you might make their day. And that's what my channel is about, is giving men advice and encouragement on different types of things and bullshit that we go through that the women won't never discuss with us, man. And these are men discussions, uncomfortable conversations, and comfortable conversations that we need to have addressed.
I'm gonna definitely check some of your stuff out. Your channel was already spammed in there. Everybody's got a channel. I know Big Body's got a channel. I know Mr. G. In my chat, you all with wrenches, if you could find and spam Mr. G's channel in there and Big Body Productions channel in there.
Okay, guys, I'll go to Big Body's on my laptop right now. What do I type in, Big Body?
Big Body Productions.
Okay, got
you. Because he's the only one out there. I'm trying to get Matt in there, get him in the chat.
And what I'm gonna do, right, is because I got a huge multiple Facebook groups I'm in. I'm gonna share your channel in there, help you promote that thing, try to get you some views and subs over there if you got really good content, man.
I mean, I'm just a straight shooter, a no filter. I just say how it needs to be said, and you know, I mean, I do regular shit. You know how some people try to edit shit, like, you know, if you gotta spit or a bug flies in your fucking face while you're filming or something. Hey, I just spit.
There you go. I think I found you. Does yours say stay in your lane or something?
That's him. That's him.
Yeah, there's one that says stay in your lane, and then there's another one that says Big Body Production BB on the bottom in green.
No, that ain't me.
The one to stay in your lane. That's Matt's channel. And
okay, check your notifications. I just subscribed to that thing.
And since you're up there, brother G, what I did, I modded you up. I gave you a wrench, so I keep. Well, some you already got a wrench here, so
yeah. Hey, brother Leon, man, Nate hasn't been putting out videos lately. Everything good with that, brother?
A matter of fact, he was supposed to put one out yesterday. He said he's had problems with his back. He got a new phone, so I called him. Yeah. He didn't even recognize my phone number because he couldn't transfer our contact information to his new phone. So he said he was supposed to put one out yesterday, but he didn't. So look out if he puts it out. I'm going to say if.
You got one with a really good title. It says, "Fuck that bitch and child support." Yeah, he got one called "Fuck That Bitch and Child Support." Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that one tonight.
That's Matt. Matt will put out some raw stuff, but yeah, Nate will probably be up tomorrow or Saturday and Sunday. So what I'm going to do, guys, it is 10:10. 9:08 where you are, brother G. I'm going to give everybody a chance to give their last thoughts of the day before I sign off because I am thirsty, and then I'm gonna get to bed soon too, and then I'm gonna watch Mr. G's videos tonight. And Osama, can't wait till you get a channel, man.
It's gonna, it's funny you say that, brother Leon. The thing about me is, if I'm gonna do something. When it comes to work and work ethic, I put my all into it, and I want to have a pristine product. And to have a pristine product on YouTube, it takes a lot of time and effort.
It
really does. And I just right now, I just don't. It's funny. I told myself this year, okay. I said this season, no matter what, I got to take. Last year, I was working 7 days almost. I was having like 1 day off a month if it rained or something. But I said, okay, this year I'm going to make sure I take off every Sunday. And I'm actually kind of redoing things to just give myself a little more time. Because I was thinking, man, I'm 44 years old, and I've been working hard since I was 16. Yeah. And I'm not balling, but I got more than enough money to. You know me, man. I'm a basic edition guy, man. I don't have expensive tastes or anything of that nature. But it's important to have time for yourself. But man, having a YouTube channel and doing the editing, it's a lot of work. To do it properly, it's a lot of work.
Let me tell you, bro. I'm like Big Body. I don't do any editing. What comes out, I'll make a mistake. Okay. Just make a mistake. I don't have the freshest gear. I got a little ring light. I just got the GoPro operating. I'm gonna try to do some outside videos with that.
Oh, sure, you got the GoPro cracking. I'm telling you.
You know about
that GoPro is a bad beast, man. In the travel group, in our Black Men Travel group, man, on YouTube, man. A lot of guys promote that GoPro over there, man. And they got like many devices. They say you're gonna see where that return on investment go in, man. It's because of the quality. So yeah. So shout out to the GoPro, man, and I hope you're successful with your new device, man.
I got the GoPro Max. It's the 360, but you get the Hero and the Max. So I got to get a protective cover for it, a bigger selfie stick. so I can
Okay.
take it out. I've already tested it. I got help setting it up because I can set up through the phone and I downloaded the app through the computer. So
that's tight. That is tight, man.
I know it's been sitting there, so I'm going to use it. And when I do my other channel, I'm going to use it more on that instead of use. I mean, the phone is good, but with the GoPro,
it's powerful.
I just get since you be up here, bro. I'm glad of that. When I shoot out, because I do my videos every Wednesday. I was doing them on Fridays, but I went back to Wednesdays. So Friday was a bad day, but I'm just going to say that.
Leon. With that being said, okay. So what you're saying right now is, I'm just putting things out. But Leon, I've seen a lot of your videos. I've seen a lot of your past videos. You put a lot of time, while you might not have the best of the best when it comes to the video editing and the video quality. Your content, you put a lot of. Leon, I know you put a lot of effort into the research you do, into the finite details, into your final product, and that takes a lot of time. So it's not, and one of the things that black folks we love too, but we're a little too worried about the aesthetics a lot. I gotta be honest with you, brothers, man. Leon, I've been saying this for about the last few months. I've checked out from 90% of the black manosphere because it's just a lot of the stuff is redundant, and now I'm just kind of tired of you getting certain factions trying to trash everyday brothers. So now I'm at a point, brother Leon. I listen to you. I listen to Nate. I listen to Reg the bad guy. I listen to ARC because ARC is one of the realest dudes in the game. Whether you like ARC or not, that dude
ARC is
cool
good.
to buy. And I like all the travel bros because all the travel bros, it's no drama. It's just nothing but upliftment.
Hey, check out Mr. GG's channel. He's one of
them. Brother, respect, brother. But
the passport brothers are where it's at. The passport brothers are where it's at. He's not lying.
Oh yeah, man. BMT, Black Man Travels. My man, International Passport. Who's the light skinned brother? What's his name again?
Al Greaves. Al Greaves.
No, not Al Greaves. Does Al Greaves has a channel? I didn't know Al Greaves.
You need to go Al Greaves' movie. His movie called Frustrated, man. The Frustrated Black Man documentary. Go watch it. If you have not watched it, go watch it. I guarantee you're going to go to my channel and you're going to thank me later, man. You're going to see why brothers is getting that pass. Watch Frustrated 1. He's coming out with Frustrated 3 now. Frustrated 1 was based in brothers in Brazil. Then Frustrated 2 was talking about, a lot of the single moms and how there was a lot of them, claiming child support and having guys pay for child support for kids and not theirs. It's called Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe. That's Frustrated 2. And then Frustrated 3 is what's coming out now, where we got brothers back in Brazil again, but we're going to Thailand. And I'm trying to get my first trip out to Thailand, man, because we got black brothers going. They tired of dating here, man.
Hey, brother, listen, man. I had plans to go on. I really wanted to actually go to Rwanda this past winter. Because that's my goal now to go out. But with the COVID and everything going on, I was like, I don't want to go there and get caught up and not be able to come back. You know how it goes. But I'm trying to go somewhere myself. But I don't know. So you saying final thoughts right now, Leon?
Yeah, we're in that farm. And shout out to brother Trey, the NBD.
What's
Check
up,
his channel out too. He's up there. Trey, the NBD.
I came in late tonight. So man, it's always good to see brother Matt on. Matt's one of the realest in the game, and I say that with all sincerity. And it's good to meet you, brother. Is it GC?
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, brother.
Nah, big body. I'm telling you, man. You one of the real. I noticed that the first time I heard you, and I say this. Everything I say, man. I'm an upbeat dude, but if I say something, it comes from them. I don't just say things to say things. I'm a sincere guy, and it's just the crowd, and it's the caliber of people that brother Leon attracts to his cipher, because Leon is one of the realists in this game. And unfortunately, I've been saying this, brother Leon and brothers. There's right now. I feel I don't feel. I actually know this as a matter of fact. There's a big divide going on in the black manosphere, and I'm really glad it's going on. And I hope I'm not getting. Am I getting off your topic tonight, Leon?
No, we know what's going on too. That's why I have brother Brother Matt and Brother Guy King. There's some old brothers, got brother, because these are guys that I'm I'm rocking with. I'm not rocking with, the newer guys. I've been there, and Brother Matt can tell you too. We've been there where we had to make some content.
Okay. So I'm going to say a couple things then, because I haven't been on a panel in a minute. I've separated from some people. I told the brother Obsidian. I was rocking with Obsidian for years. I was one of his main wrenches. But the brother's been, I don't know what's going on with it. And I'm not trying to be controversial, but the brother's been he's just been throwing everyday brother. You're everyday brother, and you're throwing everyday brothers under the bus every day. I don't understand that. And you're getting a certain faction. They're just promoting this it's almost like a pseudo high value man concept, and it's causing huge division in the black manosphere, and it's a needed division in the black manosphere because now, and I'm so glad when I'm seeing Ramil and Brother Angry Man and Brother Charles Palmer and Ty City, they got their thing going on. They're speaking for the everyday brothers. And one thing I'm always going to speak for, man, is the everyday brothers. That is my mantra. My mantra is I'm an everyday brother. When I'm out there mowing lawns and doing my landscape, and I see the UPS brother dropping off, and we give each other the pound. It's that unity and that synergy of working black men. I see the brother out there, and it's so good because in the DC area, we don't even have a white working class, so it's mostly brothers doing these jobs. I see the postman dropping some mail in the post office. What's going on, brother? I see the DoorDash driver dropping off some food at one of my clients' house. I see that brother, and I say, what's going on, brother? And it's a mutual respect for the working black man. And that's what I stand for.
You just gave me an idea. I'm going to
do it. If people are going to throw the working black man under the bus, I got a problem with you, and I'm going to call it out
next week.
Because I'm tired of a certain faction, and you get some brothers that they're like, shout out to the lead attorney. He's a high value man. That brother never throws anybody under the bus.
Terrific channel. Terrific channel. Lead attorney is the truth, man. That's a terrific channel. You guys need to be going to that man.
But he's an extremely positive brother. The brother Dennis Perlin, he's a high value brother. Speaks nothing but positive, everyday brother. The brother, who's the other brother in their faction? What's the brother's name?
You need to listen to Dr. T. Johnson. You need to listen to him.
You talking about my boy Mediocre Tutorials, MDR?
MTR ain't throwing no everyday brothers under the bus. But these guys who are throwing everyday brothers under the bus, I got a problem with them. And there's somebody I'm trying to debate. I'm not going to get into it right now, but if you saw Bernard's thing yesterday, because that's my mantra now. I'm going to become. It's no beef. It's no drama. It's no we're going to catch a flight. None of that, man. None of that. We're gonna talk about these things rationally. But to be honest, man, I'm going to start calling out some of these frauds in this game, man. Because the black manosphere and this space has done so much for millions of black men and millions of men in general, the black manosphere, the mainstream manosphere, whatever. And to get a certain faction of people to try to resurrect this into something that it's not, and turn it into something and make it into a mantra of their own that has nothing to do with true masculinity. I got a personal problem with that, and I know what other brothers got a problem with that. And we got to have a certain mentality that we're here for every brother. And it's only how you gonna talk bad about another brother who has a job and is going to work every day? I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. And we gotta. And I feel. And I know this as some of the leading thought thinkers in this on YouTube, because we have a lot of very intelligent brothers in this space. Some of the brothers who have small channels are actually some of the most intelligent, articulate, and dynamic brothers I've ever heard in my life. This is coming from a brother who's read thousands of books. I listen to 70 hours a week of content on YouTube because I'm working every day, and most of it I listen to finance. I listen to things like Thomas Sowell. I listen to a lot of economic, a lot of different things. Some of the dynamic brothers in that space that I've heard are some of the best speakers I've heard in my life. And to be able to have the privilege to speak with brothers like Brother Leon, Brother Nate, who's a phenomenal orator, real brothers like yourselves, man, it's a privilege and it's an honor. And we can't take this lightly. So that's just where I'm coming from. I'm gonna now that my landscaping season starts, I'm home at night. I'm gonna start coming on panels more, and you're gonna start hearing a little bit more from me. And I don't have. It's not like I'm trying to go at these brothers. I'm trying to have beef with drama. Nah, but we got to really start speaking for the everyday brother. We really do.
Well,
And,
next week I'll get down. We'll start talking about the blue because I work blue collar myself. Although I got a degree, I got a CDL just like brother Matt, Class B.
Right.
So I
Right.
got myself dirty. I plowed, and I work outside too. So what I want everybody to do, I'm gonna close it out. It's been 3.5 hours here. So brother Osama, starting with you. What is your closing statement for the night?
Yeah, I think, brother, I don't want to take up the mic too much. I pretty much just closing statement, man. I'm just here for the everyday brothers, and it's an honor to be on with you, Leon. I mean, you're a truly dynamic guy. And, Leon, we're going to have to talk offline sometimes because I really think, Leon, I don't know what your goals are. Do you have any specific goals on YouTube, Leon?
Well, no, my goal is to actually get my quality control inspection service business running. I want a home inspection business. YouTube, I put this out because we don't get real truth from the mainstream media. So what I'm doing is making sure that we have an alternative to the mainstream media, particularly guys like us. That's why I'm up here. That's why I don't, when it comes to all, I'm not here to make money off of YouTube. I believe it's nothing wrong with making money, but I've seen the guys that have made money. Yeah, they may have nice backgrounds, but the quality starts to go down as well. Their content, they start to change who they are. I'm not changing with who I am, and I know brother Matt and I know brother G is not either. I'm just people don't like it. They don't have to listen, but I'm gonna be right on the outside, just like everybody else.
Okay.
Get dirty. I'm a blue collar guy too. I'm not a white collar. I tried working in the office. It wasn't for me. So my goal.
And it's a beautiful thing to say that, Leon, because the white collar thing isn't for everybody.
I tried.
And Leon, I mean, you got to think, a brother like yourself. I mean, you graduated with an engineering degree. Engineers have some of the highest IQs. I'm pretty sure your IQ probably at least you got to take like 4 or 5 calculus classes to be an engineer. I mean, it's hard work. It's very mental work. But that's the thing. IT, being in the office, it's just not for everybody. And one thing I've seen, and if that's for you, the IT brothers we have in this space, like your Theo Waps, your Gabe A's, I don't know, whoever, shout out to them. It's a beautiful thing, but we got to start promoting everything. And the thing about it is too, I was just and Big Body. You could probably talk about this a lot more than I'm not in that field. Walmart right now, because there's this huge shortage of in America with Amazon and everything. They're starting off truck drivers at $97,000 a year right now. All you got to be is 21, and they pay for your CDL. Think about that. 21 years old, coming out the gate, making $97,000 a year with no student loans.
Wow.
And it's a ripe opportunity for black men because most Spanish guys, I don't know what it is. Spanish guys, number one, they don't do transportation that much. And number two, I'm just going to be, if I'm not sounding politically correct, a lot of the Spanish brothers, they don't have their papers. Like a lot of Spanish guys out here, they don't have their papers. It is what it is. So this is an opportunity. This is like one of the best opportunities in the history of employment.
My thing is work with your hands. And my opinion, the opportunity, you have the brain too, but if you can apply both, like I enjoy working in that blue collar sector. I can see things getting built. I can still manage. And I'm a little bit more free out there to make decisions. So, the
thing is,
go ahead, brother.
The thing is, I think, brother man, I think he got some noise or something going on. But I've been in the blue collar field for a long time, man, long time.
Okay.
I come from a background of plumbing, heating and air conditioning, refrigeration, and appliance repair. You understand? And I have a degree in heating and air conditioning technology and another degree in stationary engineering. Okay. Yes. I complete. Is he okay? Is he okay over there? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So I've been in those fields for quite some time, man, twisting my wrenches, man, getting my hands bled by knuckles or whatever. In those fields, I dealt with a lot of discrimination, man. Let me tell you, and racism, And for me, it was just one of those things that, I got burnt out over a while, man, or whatever. Right? I did, or whatever. Going to customers' houses, getting chased by the $1 million puppy, to getting called the N-word, right, passive aggressively. I dealt with a lot of it, man, or whatever, right? Will I still go out there and twist those wrenches? Of course, because there's times where my business is slow, right? And I have to go out there and I got to do what I got to do, And I tell these guys, always, if you're going to go to college, man, or trade school, man, go somewhere where it's high demand and you're going to make some money regardless of how the situation is, man. Always high demand, man. Skilled trade skills, right? Vocational fields, right? And any type of field that's going to produce an income forever, man. That's where you want to be at. But also, too, and I tell people this all the time, right? After a period of time, your body's going to wear out, man. It is, man. So learn also to a field, man, that you can actually delegate, have other people work for you to do the things that you cannot do, but you still do know how to do. You don't see Walmart out there, man, working in fucking goddamn cash registers talking about, I'm worried that somebody going to steal my shit. No, that's what I call nigga thinking, all right? You have to learn out here, man, to go and delegate, man. Do you see Jeff Bezos out there at any of his lump sum Amazon's talking about somebody might steal my merchandise? So that's what I want to know. You don't want to do anything like that, And there's a good book, you guys, I preach on my real, because I'm in a real estate community, so I have another channel, by the way. And we talk about, there's a good book I want you guys to get by Mike Mihalowicz called The Pumpkin Plan. And there's a called by Mike Mihalowicz called Profit First. These are good books. If you don't read like I do, get an audio. Trust me, they're worth it. And he talks about on there, man, paying yourself first. Okay. A lot of people got the psychological thing in their mind to go pay all, once they get the check, pay all their bills first, then pay themselves. No, it's just changing the psychology. You work for that money, you earned that money. Pay yourself first. After you pay yourself first, then take care of all your bills, then take care of all your responsibilities because you worked hard for that money. And it's got, these are really good books from multimillionaires and billionaires out there, man, who applied a lot of this stuff out here, man. You guys, they came from blue collar fields just like us, or whatever, and now these guys are automating their businesses, they're delegating, right? And they're becoming successful, man. So, but anyways, though, I just thought I wanted to kind of, pitch into, the blue collar conversation. Yeah, because I've been there, man. And me, I just found a couple of these niches out here where I don't have to necessarily be there unless I want to. Now, like I said, I'll still twist some wrenches or whatever, because there's times, even if I can't hire anybody, I still got to go out there, man, and do an AC unit, fix some appliances, whatever I got to do or whatever to make sure my kids taken care of, bills are taken care of, because a lot of these things are not going to take care of themselves, so. Anyway, hey, I give lots of respect for anybody who works in that blue collar field, and then, black collar field, like I said, it's not something that I've been born with. It's just something I had to learn around the globe. And I had to learn myself to become both the teacher and also the student, man, so that's all it is, you guys.
All right. Well, I thank you for coming up here to the panel, my brother. We're going to talk about the blue collar jobs next week. So, like I said, I'll be dropping the link. I just got an email. I'll email you the link, or you come into the chat. The link will be there when you get in. And also,
hey, Leon, can you post your email in the chat? I'm gonna send your email. I got a couple ideas about if I could, it's your show by all means. How go about the thing. And then I can promote. Cause I want to start promoting your show on sometimes when I'm in the chat on other channels, be like, you got to come and see my man Leon,
Gotcha. Go. And Mr. 411, did you want me to say the last few moments of words though before I get out of here?
Sir. Yes, sir. So I can, because I'm gonna go ahead and sign it off pretty soon. My email, my Gmail is in the chat, brother Osama.
Okay, got you, brother.
So, I think you're muted, brother. I think brother GG is muted there.
No, I'm not muted. I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were muted. Oh,
I'm letting you guys talk to your communication thing with the email thing.
okay. Yeah, it's in the chat, brother Osama.
Okay, hey, you know what, brother? Let me let these other brothers do their thing. Hey, Leon, man, it was a pleasure to be on again, man.
Hey, welcome. Hey, don't make yourself scarce, bro.
Hey, nah, brother, you're gonna start seeing me here at least 2-3 times. You're here every Wednesday. I'll be here at least every other Wednesday, if not more. So let me let these other brothers talk. Hey, GC, it was a pleasure meeting you, brother. Look forward to talking.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a good meeting you, Mr. Abdul, Mr. Landscaper. You know, it's glad to see somebody, man, from the fellow travel with Black community. I really love that, man. You know, that's really good, man. You listen to a lot of the channels that I follow, and then I'm also too, man, on some of their lives, man, some of their stream yards or whatever, man. But yeah, man, this is really good, man. You know, and you know, I have a baby channel. I'm still building this thing up, man. You know, so but it's really good to see somebody who shares the same compatibility though as far as content that I do and so many others. You know, that's what the Red Pill community is about and the men's community is about, man.
Yeah, you like it, brother. Absolutely. Hey, Big Matt, you still on here, man?
Yeah, I had him muted. Oh yeah, big brother Matt. Yeah, he's still up there.
What's up, Matt? Hey, Matt, good to talk to you again as always, brother.
All right, yeah, he's probably.
Let me step off, man. Let these other brothers get their final words in. All right, man. Salute, brother.
Hey, salute, brother. Thanks for coming up here, man. Good to
see you, buddy.
Always
good to meet you.
All right, peace, my brother. All right, brother G, your final words for today.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So I want to say thank you so much for bringing me to your live stream, man. I really appreciate it. Your old school content to me is very addictive, man. I'm like laser targeted. And listen, I'm sitting up here and I'm like scrolling down, I'm like, damn, and like just like a spinning wheel, just and there's like so many videos he got a lot of stuff, you guys. I even went to his intro. The first video he made was like very powerful. So go to it, you guys. You will not regret it, man. But thank you. I really appreciate you bringing me on the live. You guys go to this man's channel, click the like button, subscribe, and share it, man. I've said he had so much content, you would have thought he had at least a minimum of 50,000 subs. I thought he did, man.
Not that many. I wish I did.
Yeah, you would think so, man. You had so many, man, for real, man. I mean, you would think YouTube would come in with that big plaque after you reach like 10,000 or whatever. That's the plaque you get and everything, though. But it's no big deal, man. But like I said, it's a compliment, man, to actually see someone's putting out this stuff and talking to us like a real father and concerned father, man. He got that perfect face when he's right there in the car. You should do another car video when you just going in, man. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I might do some of those. I want to get back to some content, but
yes, I will love that, man. And do another breakdown of the grown kids staying with the mama versus the little small
guy
kids.
Supposed to be up here with me tonight. Teapot. He normally does a TPOT, the prophet of thought. I was hoping he would come up because he and I do stuff like that.
Where is he at? He's gone tonight. Is he not here?
The Prophet of Thought series. That's his channel. His name is Brother Xavier.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, the ones I seen were the solos with you, and you broke down the grown kids there with the single mom. I was like, wow. And like I said, I thought he was going to come in with just a couple jabs and uppercut. No, he came in there, jab, uppercut, right kick, high kick, knockout. I was like, wow. A lot of our channels, we talk about mostly like the baby kids and the teenagers or whatever. No, you went into the grown. And that like caught me off guard. That was a powerful message, man. You guys go to the man's channel. He has a part 1, part 2. The part 3, he didn't label part 3, but you'll see the part 3 in there. Trust me. It is a very good content, you guys. But anyway, without further ado, thank you for bringing me. You guys come to my channel. It's called the Men's Daily Advice Channel, where we give guys daily advice and encouragement on just things in life. It's coming straight from a red pill and a MGTOW's perspective. You know, we don't sugarcoat. I cuss. It is raw and uncut, So hey, if you guys are little blue pill simps and been raised by your kids' moms and shit like that, and you want to me to sugarcoat it, though, it's not going to happen. You got to go to some blue pill beta guys channel. It's not going to fuck around like that. So, but anyways, though, thank you for bringing me. I really appreciate this. It means a lot. And also too, I also want to add in there too, though, right? This was a very good topic about customer service, man, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of shitty services out there, but in my experience, I received a lot of it from like apartment complexes and fast food, things like that or whatever. But yeah, but with it's customer service, right? It's your number one pinnacle if you want to keep making money and communication. I'm telling you, it's one of your number one pinnacles. And if you can't communicate, you can never have good customer service. It's just the truth, you guys. So, but anyway, though, thank you so much. I appreciate you bringing me to the panel. If you can, man, I don't know if you can get a PayPal, but get a PayPal link in there, man, and I'll start donating to this thing, man. It's free to start an account, man. But if you can't do it, hey, I just got to do what I got to do.
All right, bro. Well, thanks for coming up to the chat. We'll check out your channel as well, bro. Thanks for coming on the panel as well.
No problem, man. You have a very good night, man. I've been drinking coffee, as you can see, so I'm wired. So,
all right, bro.
All right, you guys have a good night. Take care. God bless. Peace.
Peace, bro. All right, Big Body, you still there? Big Body, you still there? Well, had an interesting panel tonight, and I thank everybody for coming on. I didn't think it would be this lively tonight, but it was, and it was just a simple concept like customer service. Talked a little bit about Shaquille O'Neal, a little bit of Elon Musk, and we had open panel. But on a real tip here, if you're going to have a business, or if you're working in a business, or if you're just out and about, good customer service and politeness go hand in hand. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for stepping up. I'm having another one next week. And we're going to talk about the blue collar brothers. But again, thank you for coming to the panel. But again, always have manners, politeness. That's what's missing in today's culture. We have a lot of entitlement issues that are going on, a lot of immaturity, a lot of individuals that lack focus. And it's not just the millennials either. It's Gen X, it's Gen Z, and some baby boomers. At the end of the day, if you want to understand how society works, you cannot be socially awkward. And what I'm talking about is you can't live behind social media. Social media is virtual. It is not real. And if you're going to get into the real world, get your hands dirty. It's not about how many degrees you got. It's not about the house you got. It's not about the clothes you wear. Yes, that's keeping up with the Joneses. What I do here is talk common sense. Because this content, it's not about telling individuals what to do. It's giving them a perspective. It's giving them some guidance. And it's letting everybody know where I come from with my mistakes so individuals don't make the mistakes I made. That's actually passing down wisdom. I know there are some individuals out here who believe a number of older people don't pass anything down. Well, wisdom is very good to pass down. It's not all about the materials. But when it comes to customer service, if you want to make it in the business world, you have to understand that people make the money for you. So it's up to you to give the people what they want. If you're not good at customer service, don't work in customer service jobs. But entrepreneurship requires knowing how to deal with people. No, not everybody can deal with people. But good manners and politeness starts from the home. And if you don't have that foundation from the home, you're not going to have it in the real world unless there's somebody in the real world to teach it to you. It's just like leadership. Nobody's born a leader. Leadership is taught. You may have the characteristics, but you have to know how to utilize the characteristics. Customer service is the same way. If you don't understand customer service, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Look at yourself and just ask yourself this question. Do you want somebody to be rude to you? You have to look at yourself that way. Because individuals are going to give you what you give them. It's a trade-off. And I know the title mentioned Black people. And overall, I've had some of my worst customer service with people who look like me. Messed up orders, getting attitudes, don't want to answer questions. And it's a shame that these are the individuals who are getting a paycheck. These are the individuals who are put in positions of management. They don't need to be in those positions. They don't own the business. These are the individuals who should be behind the scenes. Because, again, customer service is a specialty just like everything else. Now, before I go, let me look at tonight's poll. Because tonight's poll made a difference. On tonight's poll, of course, I had quite a bit of people, and I asked a question, and the question was, are African Americans, are they good with customer service? And I had 22 votes. And out of 22 votes, 67% said no, while actually 67% said yes, 33% said no. Again, are African Americans good with customer service? Now, that's a question that, in my humble opinion, is a subjective question. And it just depends on your experience. There are bad people in customer service all the way around. But in the end, if you want to be successful, you have to have social skills. That means get off of social media. Social media doesn't give you social skills. And also, get in the real world. Because at the end of the day, I say this to anybody, you only live one time. Enjoy it. But if you're going to be in business, you have to learn people skills, and that involves customer service. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe, and also hit the like button. And if you're looking for some science, technology, engineering, and math, check out my QCIS channel. Again, check out the QCIS channel. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, if you can't find the 401 Talk Zone radio show or the QCIS channel on YouTube, you can check me out on Twitter. Now, the QCIS channel, I take it one step further. Since it's a professional channel, you can also find that channel on LinkedIn. Because at the end of the day, be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And of course, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out. And again, next Wednesday, I want to talk about the everyday brother. Again, please have a wonderful and gracious night. God bless you. I'm out.